Disclaimer: this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The views expressed by host, guest, or other contributors are their own and not necessarily endorsed by the podcast. It should not be considered professional advice. Always consult with qualified professionals for your specific needs. We strive for accuracy, but do not guarantee completeness. Listen at your own risk. All content is our intellectual property. Reproduction without permission is prohibited. Thanks for tuning in to the Staying Focused with Chace Greene Podcast.
And we back. Chace Greene. You're staying focused with Chace Greene. Staying focused with Chace Greene Podcast. Got two special guests. First, Kayla Rose.
Kayla Rose.
Kayla.
Better stop.
Kayla. What's up, man?
What's up, friend?
Long time.
It's been a long time.
It has.
You're still tall.
I would hope so. And you're still small.
I'm here.
You're still small, but super talented, songstress, rapper,
Thank you.
poet.
You know,
What else we do?
I'm a food therapist.
Food
Nice.
therapist. I
Never
saw
heard
that.
one.
I saw that. What is that about?
So it's basically the art of healing through food,
Mm-hmm.
but also like learning and understanding the thermal temperatures of specific foods and how to regulate that inside your body
Mm-hmm.
and how it just keeps you on this earth longer.
Okay. Yeah, we want to be here. So what made you get into that? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I'll be honest, poverty. And I was like, I didn't have Medicaid at the time.
Uh-huh.
And it was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mold exposure, the projects, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And having Caribbean friends really taught me like little holistic remedies that made a big difference in my life.
Yeah.
And it was like for cheap 99 versus paying 800 or 1,000 or whatnot, whatever you're going to pay at the doctor's office, where something that they're going to give you is just going to alleviate it rather than get rid of it. So
Facts.
that's pretty much what happened.
Okay. Yeah. I see you be whipping it up. The presentation is on point.
Thank you.
How's it taste?
Amazing.
I'm sure you would
better
say that, right?
Stop. Yeah, I pay more attention to the flavor than I do the looks. I'm
Okay.
working on my plating.
Okay.
I'm working on it. But
All right. Facts. Well, I'm happy to have you here.
thank you.
Kayla, thank you so much for showing up. My dog, way more fly.
Season's greetings.
Seasons
How y'all doing?
greetings. Bro, you've been doing this for a minute.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I sat it down for a while and started doing real estate. Your.realtornick on Instagram.
Okay.
If you're tired of them, taking your security deposit, hit me up. And but yeah, bro, like proud of what you're doing.
I appreciate
Like
that.
I watch and follow
Thank you.
all of the clips. You know what I'm saying? And me and you, we go back a long time.
For sure.
This is
Yo.
a no-brainer.
My dog Waymore used to throw some of the littest
Oh no.
island parties ever. If you from Miami, you know. If you from here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me and the team. So yeah,
sure,
shout out
for
to
sure.
them boys, man.
Shout out
MPN
to them.
Entertainment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
man, but I'm happy to be here. And nice to meet you as well, young lady.
Likewise, friend. How you
All right. So, it's not a debate show. You're not gonna be attacked or anything like that. We just have conversation. We have fun. You know what I'm saying? We here to share perspective.
For sure.
You get me? That's what I like. I like perspective. So, we're gonna start. Oh, so we're gonna start. Quick little shot. Quick little drink.
Okay.
My love
Y'all
over
already
there.
got y'all.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Start with a little. Ooh. All right. Logos out, cups up. All right. So, first things first. You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help you on life.
Ain't shit.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. We rolling. What you say can and will be used against you in the court of public opinion, and we don't erase anything.
The ghetto.
That's what I like.
Okay.
All right, so never above you, never below you, always by your side. Appreciate y'all staying
For
focused.
sure.
What up, though? Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Make sure you visit the site, chasegreene.com, cop merch. Stay tapped in. Follow me on IG, like, comment, and subscribe here. Appreciate you. Back to the show. Active. So we're going to start with a little heavier topic today, just to begin with. So in the light of the latest So in light of the latest accusations from Diddy's former girlfriend and other male celebrities that find themselves in the headlines with similar situations, I want to know, and Kayla, I'll start with you. And I want to be as delicate with this topic as possible because I'm not coming from a judgmental standpoint. I'm really coming from an ignorant standpoint, an ignorant in I don't know and I want to understand. So you being a female, maybe you can kind of fill me in, at least with your perspective. Why do women wait so long in these types of situations? Why do you think? Of course, you don't know the answer, but why do you think?
No, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So before we, go in on this topic,
Sure.
I just think we need people to understand that men and women do biologically have different brains. So they have different nervous systems for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, like the number one lie that men tell is about themselves. And the number one lie that women tell is to protect someone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like, when you go to the grocery store and you get a shopping cart, and no matter how hard you push it, it's kind of broken and it goes that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of like exactly what we spoke about earlier, perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So women naturally like internalize everything. And
Okay.
also like if you've ever experienced such actions like that accusation or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
usually when that happens to you, I think it's atrocious, it's degrading, it's impactful, like literally fucks up your nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't necessarily think in the right way. And also women also think, they tend to lean towards their emotions when they make decisions. It's a natural thing that we kind of go into. So I think that's why it takes us long, because we're scared.
Okay.
Yeah.
So out of fear. Cool. So with them waiting so long, there's always going to be like a certain, there's going to be a thing like, right, you waited so long, so it's a lie. Like
Because you're thinking like a man. You're like,
for sure. For sure.
Exact, but of course,
Mhm.
because you are a man. Like for y'all, like y'all are logical thinkers, and your conception of time is different. You're thinking in this moment right now, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Women are also conditioned to, and I'm not going to say that men aren't conditioned as well, but
Yeah.
if we are speaking in a patriarchal society, I feel like there's honest mistakes where it's like there's things that you guys can get away with because y'all are not going to necessarily correct y'allselves. Because I notice like men in general, like they like affirmation, they need affirmation, all that jazz. So it's like, okay, just like we have to understand the mechanism of the male mind. We should understand the mechanism of the female mind.
Mm-hmm.
In Chinese medicine, yin and yang, or yang, yin and yang, right? So yin is the feminine side, and feminine tends to be dark and chaotic when it's on the negative side of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I will always go back and say, women are a product of men. Like even down to whatever you believe, I believe in the Garden of Eden.
Okay.
And we come from Adam.
Okay.
So even in the metaphorical sense, that's also stating like, we are literally a reflection of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm rambling because my edible is kicking in. But you know what I mean? But point is, I understand why women do it.
Yeah.
And it's such a tricky subject because there's women who take advantage and they lie.
Right, right.
Okay?
Which
And
is what I was going to get to.
This is not something to fuck around with.
Right.
It could cost somebody their life, take them away from their kids, their mother, their family, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't like is how that woman takes away from the women who are really going through it.
Facts.
Okay?
Facts.
But it doesn't matter to men, right? Unless it's their sister, unless it's their daughter, unless it's their ES.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't
Tell me
agree with that. I don't agree that it doesn't matter to men. I think men I think men, we are like innately protectors, right? And I think we don't want to see women harmed. I don't know any man that just wants to see a woman harmed, right?
Sure.
I think we just don't understand.
You've never seen one before?
No. I've seen, like, we can see misogynists. We can
Right.
see people but I don't know people that just want to see women harmed. I don't know them.
But that's a luxury to have, and on
Right.
top of that, you don't get affected by it because you're not a woman, unless you have children.
Mm.
Do you have a
No,
daughter?
no. Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I get that you don't experience that, but even more so because you don't experience that, you don't understand it. So just because you see what happens to the person who's lying,
Yeah. Well, nothing happens to the person that's lying. What happens to them? What happens when women lie about men?
what happens when men lie about women? It's the same thing.
When do
They get stoned. I mean,
We go to
y-
jail.
niggas don't get stoned. I'm sorry.
I
hate
mean,
to
are
break it
are
to you.
men lying about women sexually assaulting them?
Men?
Yeah.
Men,
it's not
unfortunately,
taken serious.
I feel like men. No, pause. I feel like men. And again, this is not a war against men.
No.
versus
We just
women.
talking. We just talking.
I'm just saying that men don't. I feel like even statistically, when it comes to like sexual assault with men in particular,
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking this today that it's like a false statistic because in general,
Yeah.
men have conditioned themselves not to speak.
Agree.
It's not that men don't speak and that's just the way that they are. No. Y'all have collectively conditioned yourselves not to speak.
Yeah.
So that's an issue I can't speak on because
Okay.
y'all don't talk about it enough.
Okay. Go ahead, bro.
Because we're ridiculed for
Facts.
speaking out.
Facts.
So are we.
No.
We are beat for speaking out. We're killed for speaking out.
So back to the original topic, my only question is, because I understand everything that you said, the only issue that I have is why go the civil route?
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about a criminal act that occurred,
Mm-hmm.
it seems as if every time there's an allegation of sexual assault or something like that, it's always with a civil suit.
Yeah. So it's
So
money
if
grab.
you're going if you're going to speak out, let's go the criminal route first.
Yeah.
Let's get justice for that, and
Facts.
then we can seek punitive damages. You get
Facts.
what I'm saying?
I
Facts.
hear you.
Yeah,
because,
that's all.
Because hold on, this is we're both saying the same thing in a different way. You're a man. There's yin and yang to everything, right? And it's the fullness of the situation. Just because it's just your perspective is not the only perspective that exists.
Facts.
We need both male and female to become one and come in harmony. So you're like, I don't see it. It's justice. Yes, 100. I agree with you. And why would women take the civil route? It's a yin energy. It's female energy. Like at the end of the day,
To
you're
get
not
money is female energy just to go after the money.
security.
But they don't understand how that
It don't matter.
pretty much what you
ever
said.
been before? Let's just call it like it is. You ever been before?
No.
No,
You wouldn't want no money after being. You have no idea, bro.
I would want the person persecuted
for sure.
100.
that violated me to that
100.
level. I would. You couldn't just give me money.
100. A lot of us want them dead.
Yes,
A lot of us want them dead, but we can't have that. Okay, like it's okay.
that would be my only thing. Like, because I understand why they wait. I
if it's
understand
so
the fear.
bad,
Okay, so give me a second. You say you do understand why
I
they wait.
understand the fear
Why?
behind, because it's embarrassing. You know, you feel tainted, you feel dirty, you feel like lesser than, and then also it's the societal aspect of it. People are going to think that I'm lying. So I get why people don't speak out or take the time that they need.
So let's stay right there, right? People are gonna think that I'm lying. Is it more? Is the probability higher for people to think you're lying if you say it immediately, or if you wait 30 years? If you wait 10 years, which one is gonna have
you're thinking
more?
like a man.
I'm just thinking like
You're
people.
still like, I don't
I'm just thinking like
understand.
people.
I'm with you.
Can I say something though? Can I say
No, for
something?
sure.
Can I
Yeah.
say something? So the reason why you will, and I don't want this to sound in a mean way. Just wait. till the
No,
end.
you good.
Okay, the reason why you would never understand is because you don't have a womb. Okay, like a womb. How much is a womb? Because now we could buy body parts now.
Yeah,
How much is a womb?
I never tried to get one.
It's a
Okay.
lot, I think. I would think it's a lot.
Why is a womb so expensive? What does it do?
Give life. It holds life.
Yeah, it
What is life?
What is life?
Life is pretty fucking
Existence?
priceless.
For sure.
For sure.
This is a big deal.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys also need to understand, which I encourage you to learn how the womb works. Okay, so that way all these questions will go away. You know what I mean? So with women, okay, with wombs, right? You have a nervous system, you have your genitalia, and you have your brain.
For sure.
Right? That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So over here, I got a nervous system. I have genitalia, but I also have a brain and a womb. There's 4 variables happening here that when one of them is set off, all of them are set off. So when guys are like, women are crazy, we don't understand. Like, I don't need you to question me. I just need you to lead and lead with love because I'm going through it. And if you don't understand, you could just literally visually see, like, women. I feel like men, I don't want to generalize. I need to work on this.
Thank you.
Okay?
We appreciate that.
I want to correct myself because I don't know who I'm talking to for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I'm going to be optimistic, you know. There's men and there's monsters.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
It's only 2? 2 spectrums?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
For us.
Proceed.
For us, because
Proceed.
you know how you vet people, like when you're outside. Women, you know, all we think about is security, and I don't find that ironic. I have something to protect them.
For sure.
I'm a life
Got it.
hibernation situation, right?
So men and monsters. Gotcha.
So there's men and there's monsters. Like he could either be a liability or he could either be something that would benefit you in your life. And it's like, as a woman, I can't execute like a man can. As much as I want to, I don't care about feminist movement, how many weights I lift. Bitch, at the end of the day, you got a womb, my nigga. You are biologically not mentally stable. So it's like, I understand that, like, I need a man.
Okay.
Just like a man, right?
Not a monster.
Needs. Not a monster. And I'm going to tell you what a monster is. A monster is a man who is governed by himself. Okay?
Okay.
It's like, because imagine if you're mentally ill, you only listen to yourself. That's some bullshit. And you're going to be out here. Okay? You're going to be out here doing the most. So what boggles my mind about this conversation is y'all don't see the flip side.
Some men.
Give me the flip
Like,
side. What is the flip side?
I feel like men only see the flip side when they have a daughter. Like, men are not motherfuckers until they have a daughter. They don't all of a sudden the things that they didn't care about before matters now when they have a daughter. Now it's like, yo, you know what I'm talking about?
But I think a man that has a daughter, and then you can jump in. If I had a daughter, right, and I'm only speaking hypothetically because I don't have any kids, but if I had a daughter, I would want her to tell me immediately. So I still, whatever happened to her, I still can't understand the weight. Even if I had a daughter,
Okay.
like I've had a sister, like, I have sisters, right? So if they experienced anything of that magnitude, I would want them to speak out immediately, confide in me, like, let's do something about this immediately. I wouldn't want them to wait.
But see, you're like on this top shelf. You know what I mean? Like you're the unicorn of the world. There's
Okay,
not
so
a lot of men
so let's
that
pause
like
there.
that.
You have
Son and a daughter.
okay, so you have a daughter.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
But piggybacking on your men versus monsters ideal, prior to me having a daughter, I have a mother. I don't have any sisters, but I have matriarchs of my family that I hold in high
Grandmother,
regard.
aunts,
Grandma,
yeah.
aunt, all of those. So prior to any birthing of any children, I already had a high regard for women and the protection of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I do understand what you're saying about the 2 spectrums of men, but within the men spectrum, there are men that grew up like me. I think I can speak for you as
Facts,
well.
for sure.
That we hold women in high regard.
For sure.
So to see here,
Yeah. So which one are you, a man or a monster?
it's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It's a man, right?
For sure.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
trying to understand. I feel like you're rebuttaling me, but I don't know.
No, not at all. Because you said, well, your general statement was that men don't necessarily feel where women are coming from until they have a daughter. I was just kind of refuting that point. That's all.
That's why I didn't want to say it in general, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what exactly I was.
For sure. But I understand why they wait. I understand the womb and protecting oneself. My only take on the whole topic is whenever you do speak out, let's go the criminal route first.
Right.
Let's get this man off the street.
Right.
And then we.
And it's not even we hating on your bag.
That's not.
You can do both.
You can absolutely do both. But let's start with the crime.
Yes.
Can I hold on?
Yes.
So I work in a kitchen filled with men, right?
Sure.
And I'm the only female chef in there.
Yeah.
So I get to observe how men communicate.
Oh, that's okay. Now we unpacking.
It's interesting. And what I noticed about your build is that you have the capacity to work and suffer at the same time.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Women don't.
Okay, so when you say work and suffer, elaborate. What does that mean?
You could be physically or emotionally or mentally defeated,
Drained,
but you're still
tired,
going to go to work, and you can still, like, you have the physical capacity to execute whatever it is that you need to do.
That's in relationships too. Yes, absolutely.
I agree.
That's in relationships. Yeah, it's not just work. It's not just occupation.
I agree.
Okay.
Men suffer in silence often.
Yeah.
Because our existence is based on what we can provide to you all.
No. What about y'all to y'all, like men to men?
Men, you have to. So there are.
Because you can't blame us for everything.
No. I'm not. That wasn't at all blaming. But in a lot of cases,
you said men suffer because women. That your condition, something about what you provide.
Yeah.
Right?
We're.
What about us if we don't provide you poom poom?
Oh, I see what we're doing.
Now, huh? What are you talking about? It's the same thing both ways,
It's
friend.
It's not. Only thing I'm telling you is you all's existence is based on providing life, caring, nurturing, and things of that nature.
You can't just say things.
You gonna let me finish?
Sorry, you're triggering me.
No, how? I'm contributing to the conversation, right?
Okay.
Our existence as men, we are taught that we have to protect and provide. Those are the only two attributes.
Facts. That is what your value is based off of as a man.
Exactly.
100%.
The minute that you can't do either of those things, your manhood is now challenged.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
So
that is true.
Go ahead, because you answered. I know
from relationships, society-wise, like if you can't do one of those two things, your manhood,
you're invaluable.
Yeah, 100%.
In a lot of cases.
For
in
sure.
a lot of cases.
No, because if you add God to that, then you're fine. But like that's literally how your body was designed. It's a utilitarian design. The same way my design is not utilitarian. It's to give life. I don't have a choice. I don't have the choice but to do this. Y'all, this is why y'all are complaining, because you guys do have the choice whether to protect and provide. You could just walk away if you want to, but I cannot. Okay?
Wait.
The fact that this is even a conversation is ghetto. Okay. Sorry.
We were discussing.
No.
You brought up the fact that men suffer in silence. That's the only reason why I was saying that, because you said you work with a lot of guys in the kitchen, and you can see them working and going through things, but we still have to. But that's all. My only point was we suffer in silence in relationships as well.
Because women. You said because women. That's your value to women, and I'm like, hold on. There's also,
but that's our value to society.
Absolutely.
Period. It's not just the women. It's to society. Period. That's how men are viewed,
especially in the capitalistic society that we live in.
Yeah. Like I give you an example.
So what do you want? So there's a need here. So what is it that you want?
We want to be valued just like y'all are.
Explain to me what that looks like for a man, because I have no idea.
You don't. Right? So
I would like
to value me unconditionally.
Absolutely. Okay. Without a condition.
I need deep context.
It's
Give me an example. I just want an example.
How many men have you dated where you were the breadwinner? Right.
Oh,
okay. Next topic.
See? No. Take it back.
Why?
Take it back.
You know what I'm saying?
You want a submissive provider?
No. It has, because submissive is unisex. You know what I'm saying? Submissive isn't just do as I say and not and do as I say, right? Submissive means whoever has the best idea for us moving forward, that's what we're going with. It doesn't necessarily have to be, hey, I make all the money, I pay all the bills, you're going to listen to me. That's not what submissive is.
I agree.
And I think that's what a lot of times when you hear the word submissive, or when, for example, when women hear submissive, they hear obey.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the case. It's not, bro. Like,
what? So in what instance would you want a woman to be a provider? Like what?
No, I don't.
Financial provider?
No, overall. So finance is on the list for sure, right?
You want to be in a situation where a woman provides. And
No,
she pays
that's not what I said.
Okay.
That's not what I said. We just want to be valued outside of providing and protecting. Like, cater to our needs as well too. Like, nigga, we got feelings. We hurt. We struggle. We suffer. Tap into the same emotions that you would like us to tap into consistently. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I get that that's all you're saying, but I would like to know more. So you're saying we have feelings, we have emotions. It is no secret, sweetheart, that men literally act like they don't have emotions. So I'm a woman. I say this because I'm a woman who actively seeks my partner. Like, I pay attention to him. I cater to him. I support him. Blah, blah, blah.
You're not who I'm talking to then.
Okay, that's fair. But I still wanted to speak to, like, the whole, like, what it looks like for you to be loved, like the way that you want to, because we hear men say this and they say it at the surface level,
right?
But they never say the details, because we just hear, like,
because the details are specific to the individual.
Hold on, look.
Yes.
For the most part, it's fair to say that men love sex and men love sports.
True.
And
not all.
What
men.
else? What else? Come on, give us some more.
These are like stupid stereotypical things. Like, I don't know, sex, food, money, like, I don't know, the pleasures of life, right? But we know and understand that with women, like, you got to spend time with her to see what she really wants. Unless she's a gold digger, for all the people like, don't forget the bitches. Okay, but yeah, like, I'm going down a rabbit hole.
Okay. So you said something earlier. You said men love affirmations.
Yes.
You said that.
Yes.
That's a big thing.
For sure.
I like positive words of encouragement.
So you want to be encouraged?
Yes.
100%. I would want to be encouraged by someone that I'm investing in.
Don't only tell me when I mess up.
Yeah.
Tell me when I'm doing good.
For
as
sure.
Well.
Do you feel like you choose in women who encourage, or they get comfortable and they stop encouraging?
I think it's the latter. I think I think everybody gets comfortable in a relationship because you're used to a routine, right? So you get into this space where, you know, we wake up, we eat, we go to work, we come home, we cook dinner, we talk, or we have our alone time, and then we get up and we do that same shit all over again. And in the midst of that pattern or that structure, you a lot of times lose the value in getting to know one another, because you feel like, oh, we together, I already know who my person is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't stop there. You should date, like women say, date me. You know what I'm saying? Date me in a relationship.
But she got to do the same thing on the flip side.
For sure. Yeah. So it's
I agree.
Right. Okay. That's all we're saying.
Okay. Sorry.
You all right?
No, I'm high and I'm
We
trying.
see.
So you high,
if I
stressed?
snapped at you, I'm sorry.
You said you
You
stressed?
did it. It's okay.
I
I'm
did?
used to women like you. It's
You
okay.
said you stressed?
No, she said she snapped that.
Oh, I
snapped.
thought she
If
said
I
I'm high and I'm stressed.
Yeah,
My
no,
bad,
No,
my
if
bad.
I'm high and I snapped, I'm sorry.
And I didn't mean to touch you. I'm sorry. I'm
You're
okay.
fine.
Just
All
making
right,
sure,
cool,
you know,
cool.
there's a lot of allegations out
All
here.
right,
You got to be
cool.
careful.
No, I think it was because, like, the first topic got me hyped. I was like,
Yeah, you was about to, you know, you was finna go in your pocket.
But I'm
Okay.
here. I'm
All
back.
right. So I guess just to kind of wrap this topic up, I guess what I'm taking from this is, because of how women are wired, that they will wait because they're not like men, so they don't
Well,
look for instant results.
So hold on. Also, predators tend to gaslight you, and it's traumatizing.
Yes.
Like, you don't know how that happened. Like, sometimes you could be sleeping, all of a sudden you wake up with some ugly ass nigga on top of you breathing and shit. What the fuck? Like,
Jesus Christ.
can you imagine that? Like, that's
No.
never happened to me, but that's happened.
Right.
That's happened. But you know what's crazy is, like, we talk about this with women, but remember, it goes back to men as well. A lot of this happens to, like, little boys and stuff, and they don't talk. They don't say nothing. They suffer in silence.
Yeah.
And that, like,
think we
kills
all
me.
do.
I'm like,
See, I think with this, and then I'll say this, and then I'll wrap it up. I think, like, with how much of this is coming out now, I think eventually in everything the pendulum swings, right? So what I mean by that is right now it's like this, where there's like mad women coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then eventually it's gonna go like this, and then male victims are males that have experienced these types of things. Especially like I'll speak to my experiences like in the workplace. Like I think men get like sexually harassed and like touched and things like that often. I know I've had that a lot, and it's just something that, like you said, like we just hell yeah.
Yeah, it happened to me
Like
on
men
Monday.
or women? Or
Not
both?
by fucking men, like
You never know. No,
by women.
You know the difference.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's just say you got on a nice tailored suit. They look at your dick print and they'll say something outwardly.
First of all, if you have like a third leg, you can't help but like.
Yeah, but you can help.
crazy.
You can help saying something about
Like
it.
if
You
a
don't
girl
have to.
has like double D's, you can't help but like notice something. It doesn't mean that you have to like stare at it.
Yeah.
It's like
but
I'm saying it's a
vocalizing
large-
it, you don't know how uncomfortable that may make that person, and that's still under the guise, especially under most corporations' HR rules, that still would be considered sexual harassment.
Y'all don't say nothing.
No, most men don't.
It
Why not?
depends
So
how
why
she-
you asking why women don't say nothing, huh?
It depends how she
Hello?
looks.
No.
It does. There's a very
For
thin
sure,
line
for
between
sure.
sexual harassment and flirting.
For sure.
Very
for sure,
thin. You
For
know what
sure.
I'm saying? And a lot of times it just depends on your physical makeup. Are you attractive to the person?
Yeah.
You know, a lot will slide.
For sure.
If, you know, I was walking through, so I went to the Hard Rock Monday, right?
Yeah.
Just walking through, going to meet up with my homeboy at the bar in the back where the sports bet happens, right?
Yeah.
Walking, I'm on the phone trying to, you know, see where he's at. This very, very unattractive girl. I'm walking this way. She's walking this way.
Yeah.
She grabs my arm.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you look real nice. And I just looked at her
Facts.
in disgust. Like, it's just like, I didn't say anything, but
Yeah.
this is what I'm thinking in my head.
Yeah.
And but I got you, right? So had she been more attractive, the conversation probably would have went a different way. And I think the same happens for women. You walk down the street.
No.
No, absolutely.
Don't speak for me.
No.
I don't care how fine you are, nigga. Don't touch me.
No. Yeah, you can very well
The
feel like
hell?
that. But it's a lot of women. There are a lot of women that feel like if the guy's attractive, some things can slide.
Yeah.
Not on a very, very heinous level. I'm just
Yeah,
you know
for
what I'm
sure,
saying?
for sure,
Like
for sure.
Not
flirting
for
on-
me. I'm
For sure.
sorry.
We got you. Yeah, we know you. He
sure.
man, woman hater. We got it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a
I'm
he-man woman
I'm
hater.
joking.
I like me a handsome man, but I like a man with self-control. Like that's sexy.
That's fair. Yeah,
That's
for
gonna
sure.
make me want to pounce on you. If you touch
Hey,
me
all
without
right.
my permission, like I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah, no, I respect it. I respect it. But like I said, I think eventually you're gonna start to see a lot of men start to speak out, especially because women are in a lot of prominent leadership positions now. So you're gonna start to see men saying, "I was sexually harassed. I was sexually assaulted."
And not to mention that I think it was some sexual abuse law that was set to expire in New York.
Yeah, the
I think it expired. the
Adult
day
Survivors
before
Does
Act.
it expire?
Adult Survivors
so,
Act.
So
what
that's
it is.
why you saw all of the allegations coming out in the 9th hour. I think it was Diddy, Cuba Gooding Jr.,
Marquise
who else?
Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of the allegations in the sexual assault they're bringing forward because after Thanksgiving, that law you can no longer there's like a statute of limitations on
Yeah.
when you can speak out based on you know.
Oh, yeah,
you being
there's
attacked.
different-
So,
Yeah.
but that contributes to your point on whether or not people think that you're lying or not because you've waited so long for
Yeah.
you to come out. And I'm not trying to
No,
don't trigger you
you're
again, but
fine.
that's all. I was just pointing
Yeah.
that out
No,
because
for
that's
sure.
a factor that a lot of people aren't speaking about.
Yeah.
That bill or that law.
Yeah.
Expiring.
Like, yo, we wanna get weirdo niggas out of here. We want to get them out of here.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Tell
Yes.
me more,
for sure.
Chase.
Come on, don't do
I
that.
would love to know
Yeah, we
this.
want to get them out of here. So women, I encourage women to speak out. If a nigga violated you and it's real, speak out.
Because the
Speak out,
weirdos
so
make
we
it
can get them
hard
niggas
for
outta
the real
here.
niggas.
But you
For
guys
sure.
know that like how easy it is to like brainwash women.
Oh,
Like to come to their defense, I'm telling you.
I
like, it's not
can't
easy
say that because
sometimes.
women, you can't.
Yes.
Women on one side will say, I'm capable, I can do everything a man can do, I'm this. And then on the other side, they say, oh, I'm easily manipulated and brainwashed. So it's like, come on, we gotta pick a side. Like,
that
you know what
way
I'm saying? Are you guys capable, strong, and independent?
Like,
or
which
are
one
you
is
like
it?
children and
I'm
easily
about to blow
manipulated?
your mind. Are you ready?
Please do.
Okay, so in Chinese medicine, I learned that the female body, the womb, right? It operates in seasons. So exactly what you said was true.
Yeah.
Okay? You're just missing the other part. So point is, there's 4 weeks in a month. Every week represents a season. So one is spring, one is summer, one is fall, and one is winter. So spring is when she's like, I can do anything. Blah, 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 blah. Her hormones are operating at normal capacity.
Mm-hmm.
When she reaches fall and winter, which is that exact metaphor, her hormones are wigging out, and that tends to be our PMS stage. It tends to be where women get really depressed, sometimes even suicidal. Like, it's not our fault. And if you understand what hormones are, they literally flow through your blood and influence your decision. That's why it's very important for us, for the women listening, to choose the right man, a man that's good for your nervous system.
But do you know saying things like that will just kind of like absolves women of like their
accountability
responsibility to do anything?
See, this is not okay. I'm telling you what is the competition? I'm literally telling you how we operate.
That
Right.
I'm giving you
No.
insight.
And I'm
I'm
not debating what you're saying.
Just did.
No, I didn't debate it. What I said is it absolves, right? Because you can say that,
In
oh,
what-
I'm in the
Spring.
fall.
I'm in the
I'm in my
fall
spring.
week.
So you can't take what
No.
I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm giving. Yes, we know that. The same. I could say the same thing about men, but I'm just giving you.
can
like,
you really?
Yes,
What seasons do we have?
men have hormonal cycles.
Okay.
You guys have. You know nothing about your own hormones, but it's okay.
What does Chinese medicine say about men? It doesn't.
A lot of things, but there's nothing. I don't know what exactly. You're,
No, I'm asking because you broke down women. I would like to hear from the male perspective or the male side of.
You don't have a womb. I was describing the womb.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, there's a balance that needs to be had, and everybody has yin and yang, right? Everybody
sure.
has male and female.
For sure.
So when you understand what they do, you understand like time is everything. Like, okay, so when you were saying something about like love me unconditionally and
Yes.
also like date me and keep it fun,
For sure.
right? Because things get mundane.
Mhm.
Okay, like you guys need to stay on your toes too and learn about us.
I agree. 1,000%.
So that once you know what season she's in, you know what to do with when she's like, I can do anything. Da 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 da. That's in summer and in spring. But winter and fall, you'll see it's like clockwork. If you want to be successful, just hear what I'm saying. Okay, don't rebuttal. If you take preventative measures,
Yeah.
when you're like, okay, if you learn her cycle literally, you'll be able to avoid lots of fighting. You know what I mean? Misunderstandings.
Yeah.
The fucked up holidays, even child support. You know, sometimes like you could really get a lot out of a woman if you understand her womb.
With understanding comes grace at the end of the day too. So as much as you all need us to understand you, we need you all to be patient with us when we don't understand.
That's
And
fine.
and then we can work together in tandem to figure out what season you in, on what day of the month, and all of that other
But
stuff.
as long as you understand that, like, we could do that, but this is imperative. Like, this is like a non-negotiable. Like, we will be at a misunderstanding if you don't know what you're dealing with.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not also just putting it all on you. Like, as women, it's so important for us to know this.
Thank
Like,
you.
It really is.
I appreciate that.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Copy.
We good?
All right. Good stuff. Nick, I'll start with you. Our relationship podcast destructive to the black community.
Yes.
Okay. Unpack it.
I
Why-
think it's a whole bunch of people with opinions about what they went through. And they're generalizing it based on the trauma or the good. Because it's a lot of good in a lot of the discussions that are had, but it's far more negative about what they've been through, and that's not synonymous with how dating is. And a lot of times it's you, to your point, understanding your woman and who you're talking to, or your male who you're talking to, just having conversations. What we've lost in dating is getting to know one another. You know, we're so eager to go out, have drinks, do edibles, not taking a shot at you, have fun,
Really?
and then we miss the aspect of, hey, you know, what was your childhood like? You know, how did that impact you as an adult? You know, I promise you I wasn't taking a shot at you. I wasn't. But to my point, like, if people would take more time to understand and get to know one another, then we wouldn't need a lot of society relying on these podcasts that don't really know what the fuck they talking about.
Okay, so how much of the responsibility is on the viewer to have discernment?
Probably
95%.
So is it the podcast or is it the viewer that's just listening to some random person and then patterning their life after that person?
It's Predator.
It's
with
both
you.
though. It's both because that's media, right? So just like it's no different than when you watch the news all day.
For sure.
It's up to you to discern what is true, what is fact, and what is fiction, right? You know, and a lot of times, a lot of people base their ideals or ideologies on what they see on TV or what they hear on the radio and things of that nature. So the lion's share of the responsibility is on the viewer. Hey, listen, I heard Chace say bitches ain't shit, but my bitch over here, she's amazing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like you have to have that balance. You can still listen and take little tidbits. Like I like certain podcasts,
For sure.
you know, but it's the same thing. It's regurgitated over and over again. They talking about the same shit. You know what they do on the first date, $200 dates. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid conversations.
Who, you know, if you take a woman out of town, does she deserve sex? Like, I mean, does he deserve sex? Shit like that. Like that's like you say, mundane, and I really love that word. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay,
let's get to know one another. Let's stay on getting to know one another, because once you know somebody, you know what they like, what they don't like, and it's easier to navigate. And a lot of times we're not patient. So you're entertaining 4 or 5, 6 different women, or you're entertaining 2 or 3 men, you know, and you don't have the capacity or the bandwidth to really, really tap into the person that you like the most and get the most out of it. So
okay, cool. What about you, Kelly? You think relationship podcasts are like destructive to the Black community?
Yes. I think I have a very strong opinion about them.
Sure, go ahead.
I think that they're not run by heterosexual men at all. 100,000%.
Okay.
Because because
So you think only men make relationship podcasts?
No, she
I'm
think
saying
only gay men.
those relationship podcasts that like pin men and women against each other, I genuinely don't think that they're heterosexuals, and they're like being honest about it. Because a man who actually likes women like doesn't want to see you stressed.
For sure.
They want to see you smiling. You know what I mean? They want to see you good, want to see you happy, chilling. Usually when I'm around a man that I feel safe with, like I'm smiling, I'm at peace. When you look at those rooms, it looks like a slaughterhouse. Like all the women are uptight, they're uncomfortable, they're aware that they're going to be embarrassed or disrespected or whatever. Like I've been on 2 of them.
Why'd you go?
Because I was so naive. Like I really regret going because I just didn't know that such a crazy ideology was out there. Like I was told that it was just like a debate on relationships, and I'm always good for a debate. I'm here for it. But the first one that I went on was Fresh and Fit. And
Oh no, not them.
it was crazy. Like the shit that like it was literally creating an energy of war against each other, like against them, against other girls, and they actually made me the lamb of the show, because obviously I was the only one that wasn't going for that disrespect. I was like, yo, I'm 30 years old, like you're crazy.
Yeah, those niggas are losers.
But yeah, so I went on that one, and then another one I went on was with a guy who's part of the Red Pill community, but he's actively a dancer at gay strip clubs.
What's the Red Pill community?
That whole 50-50 man is the prize.
Oh.
You know that's not what red pill means, right?
That's a real thing? This is the first time I've heard of it. That's why I'm asking.
Like that's a sect in red pill, but red pill just means truth seeking.
Understood.
Yeah.
But usually when it's advertised on TikTok, on YouTube, shorts and stuff like that, that's the name that it's given. So that's why I said that.
Okay.
But the point is that the Andrew Tates, like all that stuff, like I was in there, and both times, like I was just so angry. Like I was like, why are you asking questions? Okay, it's that I feel like because a lot of these men are so focused on sex that if you were, let's say, a undercover, if you were on the down low, whatever, you're gonna hate women and want to make them feel like shit because they're having sex with the same gender you are. Okay, so since you're competitive and of sexual nature, why the fuck are you beating me down for 3 hours? Like, if you do the math, like, I could never devote that much time. 3 to 4 hours. They do it like twice a day, 7 days a week. Like, this is what you wake up to do. Like, there's something internally, mentally.
There's a financial incentive there, though.
I don't care.
So no, I'm just letting you know, like,
I know what it is.
Yeah, okay.
That's worth it to you? Like,
No,
that's crazy.
It's not. It's fucked up.
So to me, I'm sorry, respectfully, like, I dismiss that comment. Like, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, no, they're doing it for money. If there's a bag involved, that's why they're doing it. So that's why they're recording two times a day and shit like that. Okay.
That's who they are.
So relationship podcasts to you are and I'm just going off of what you said.
Terrible.
Are just simply male.
It's bisexual men having a field day.
So there are no women
using
relationship
women for clout.
podcasts. Or are there relationship podcasts the good ones?
I never said it.
I'm asking. I didn't say you
with
said
a
that.
narrative of competition. I don't even watch these. I listen to sermons and stand-up comedy. That's what I listen to. I have, as the viewer, I have a responsibility. Right?
For sure.
Every now and then, I'll watch like a debate just to see what's the climate, the social climate. But that stuff is so fucking toxic because these men really feel like when they think like that, you're hurting females. Like, I don't care what you say. Look at all the countries in the world, the ones with the ones that oppress the women the most. Look at the nature of that country. It's terrible.
The one that I can say, I know Ace Hood and his wife just started one. And those conversations are really, really impactful because they actually have a conversation and it's not a debate.
Yeah.
Tonight's Conversations is another one that I've got some
okay,
good
so let's stay
so those
there,
are
right?
the two that I can.
Yeah.
So let's stay there, right?
Right?
So we'll just stick to that one.
Yeah.
So is it good because the host of that mostly sides with women's point of views? Like S Metaphor, right? He runs Tonight's Conversation. His whole platform is female centric.
What's the other guy, the light skinned guy with the? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask. I think his name is not Tef.
The guy with the glasses. I don't know his name, but
he always has the hat on.
Yeah. I think
so. He promotes. He promotes a lot of men who are emotionally intelligent, right? So, but I do think that the entire panel, the topics may start off, to your word, I guess you can say combative or challenging.
Okay.
You know, but what I do like about that podcast is they give women a platform to speak about why certain things occur, and they give men the opportunity to respond to that. And it is a more positive conversation. You have your ratchet topics and things of that nature, but for the most part, I think that they are trying to promote healthy conversations amongst our community when it relates to relationships.
So in your respect, is it just about the delivery? You just like their delivery better?
I like delivery first and foremost. I like the uncomfortable conversations that are not being had. Like, bro, you're gonna spend over $100 anytime you walk out the house.
Right.
Let's not talk about $200 dates or what's a good first date. No, let's talk about why you feel the way that you feel, and is it based on something ideal or is it based on something that you haven't gotten over the course of your life? You know what I'm saying? Those are the types of conversations that I like to hear because we don't necessarily have them. That goes back to my point about getting to know one another. You know what I'm saying? Like we just don't, certain conversations we just don't have. And I think more platforms should focus on those conversations versus the ones that keep getting regurgitated in social media. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. All right, so in regards to, I feel like the onus is on the viewer.
Okay.
Right? I feel, like I said earlier, there has to be a certain level of discernment with anything. And I think you can learn something from anybody.
For sure.
Right? And I think people have to be able to take what they could take, and, take the meat and leave the fat.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I think it's easy to just blame it on, like, oh my God, these relationship podcasts are ruining the black community. But like, I don't know if I look to a pod, and even with me having a podcast, I don't know if I look to a podcast to base my life after. Like, you know what I'm saying? There are certain individuals with whom I would probably want to pattern my life. These are people with integrity, strong character. You know, I see they have certain results in life. Sure. I'd base my life off of those people that I know personally than some random person on the internet and say that this is destructive to the community. So to me, the root in that would be, why are people so impressionable and so influenced by random people? Yeah. I think that's what probably needs to be examined more. Like, why are adults so impressionable to people that they don't even know? Why do people worship celebrities so much? I think that's the root of it, not just a podcast destroying the community. But that's just how I feel.
Fair point.
That's 100. Yeah, but unfortunately, niggas, like, people are going to be at home on their phone, and that's what they're going to do. Like, unless they have a goal, a purpose, which the majority of people, unfortunately, I don't know.
It's all internal. Like, it starts with just insecurity within yourself. Like, if if you're not happy at work, and then you log on to Instagram and you see somebody that work from home, but they traveling and they doing this, it's like you now feel lesser than, because it's like, well, shit, damn, why I can't have something like this, or why I can't have a better paying job or whatever. And that's just one example. I think people don't take the time to really understand how they feel about their life. Yeah. Right? Because a lot of things are just based off of what you've experienced, and then you go on social media and you're seeing experiences magnified. And a lot of this stuff is not even real, bro. Like, you got filters, you got music, you got all of these effects and skits and things. They're dressing up bullshit every single day. Yeah. So
stick on a pig.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? So it just starts with internal, man. If you know who you are, can't no podcast, can't no social media platform, can't none of that kind of stop your trajectory, because you have a goal in mind, you're going to attain that goal, and then you're going to reach success based off of the hard work that you put in. So it all starts internal, bro. Like, that's all it is. People just not happy with themselves. Why you think therapy is such like a huge industry now? Because people are just now tapping into.
They're lonely.
Yeah. No, for real shit. Like, people are lonely. People are unsatisfied. And it's no dollar amount that can help you get to that level of satisfaction until you tap into the wounds and the voids that you have within yourself.
And it's like people are not social like they used to be anymore.
That too.
You know what I mean? So it's like people lost their social skills or have higher senses of rejection. They're malnourished, they're bloated. You know what I mean? They're lazy. Like, unfortunately, that's one of my issues with this country right now. How we literally normalize mediocrity. Like,
when is the last time you left your house without your phone?
Never. I never leave my house without my phone. Unless I is an accident.
Right. You can't, right? Yeah. So just think about back in, and I don't know when cell phones came into play, but think about how, like, my parents have been married 41 years, right? And previous to cell phones and beepers and things of that nature, when you left the house, you didn't talk to them until they got to their destination, A, or B, when they got back home. Yeah. So you have a 8 to 9 to 10 hour period where you're not talking to your person, or you're not talking to the individual that you're engaged with. And then when they get back home, you got to relearn them, because they've been out in the world, they've been out in society, they've learned different things, they've experienced different things throughout the day. That aspect is missing now, because everybody, no matter where you go to concert, everybody got their phones in their hand. You go to a restaurant, you sitting across from one another, everybody on their phone. As soon as you walk into the restaurant, what everybody doing? They getting content. They recording, just to show people that they've been here. And we've lost the art of just experiencing life without having to capture it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is social conditioning as well, because you go everywhere and you think you got to have your phone. Like, in the case of having children, that's a different case, because you're their emergency contact. But just think about it. Like, when the last time you left without your phone? Like, and could you survive throughout the day without a cell phone? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a good point.
Yeah, bro. Like, we just gotta. We have to detach. We have to detach from the world.
Like, when you're sitting next to like your significant other and both of you are on your phone.
Oh, I hate that.
You know what I mean? Like, people have really lost touch with connection.
For sure.
And making the most out of anything. It's not even the small things. Like, people don't. I think that what's happened to our generation is that nothing is sacred anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like taking away the magic, of life.
So in social media's attempt to connect everybody, it's made people more disconnected.
Absolutely.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it kills connection more than anything.
And the pandemic only magnified that. Because you're stuck in the house. You can't go anywhere.
Hold on now. Like, at that time, I found community at that time.
Okay.
I had moved out of, like, Florida.
Okay.
And I had nobody. So, like, ironically enough, the week after that I moved where I moved, we were quarantined, and I was like, so this is really happening. I was like, oh my God.
Were you alone? Like, wherever you moved to, did you have access to people?
We were all quarantined, and it was snowing outside.
No, I'm saying, but you moved, like, by yourself wherever you moved to?
I moved with my daughter.
Okay, got you. Okay.
But point is like, anywhere but Miami and New York and LA is very quiet. Like, you go from 100 to like 0. Yeah. You're living in the cold. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's snowing. It's like negative 17 degrees outside. Like, where
did you move to?
I went to Colorado.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. But point is, Instagram Live started happening, and like then you could get on live with celebrities, and like it was, to me, like, I don't know, I kind of fucked with it. The COVID or that quarantine was pretty fire.
It was definitely positive that came out of the pandemic. But being like, it magnified the social media aspect of what we're seeing today, because you couldn't go out and interact socially with people. You had to be on your phone. So you got quarantine radio, you got the verses, you got we're over consuming ourselves with content. It went from being 2-minute clips to 60-second clips to 30-second clips. So now we're in the microwave age where you want everything, and then that magnifies instant gratification. People think that it's all conditioning, bro. It's sick how we don't really pay attention to a lot of the stuff that has occurred since the pandemic, but that was a very, very pivotal time for our generation, I believe. And I don't think we ever going to see what it was like prior to the pandemic again. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. But it's up to you, like you were saying earlier, it's up to you to have discernment. Yeah. Pick apart what's important to you, and then apply it to your life in an effective manner.
For sure. For sure.
So
yeah, that's what I think. All right, cool. Kayla.
Yes.
Handsome privilege versus pretty privilege. I know we were talking about it a little bit.
Handsome privilege.
Oh, it exists.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Handsome privilege.
I know we were talking about it a little bit off camera.
I'm sure it does. But I'm not handsome.
Do you think?
So
do you think handsome privilege exists?
I'm sure it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you made?
Please? Yeah.
Have you made?
I've never thought of it. I was today years old when I heard that handsome privilege was a thing.
Okay. Have you made exceptions for certain individuals because they were more handsome? Have you ever done that?
No.
Keep it a buck.
I've been more forward, but made exceptions? No. You're still...
What do you mean by you've been more forward? In a negative sense, or like, what do you mean?
Like, I'm definitely more receptive.
Okay.
If I'm attracted to you.
Which is normal. But that's
on all fronts. But that's as far as it goes. Like, because I'm a lady at the end of the day.
Okay.
So, like, whoever it is, you still have to.
Have you ever experienced a man, just not even dealing with you, but just maybe something you've observed, getting better treatment in life because he's handsome? Like, because we all can acknowledge that pretty women get better treatment in life.
Them handsome men who like have pretty faces and stuff, like they have like crazy amount of views and stuff. So I'm sure it gives you a reach of some sort. And any girl at Wynwood on Saturday at 3:00 in the morning, you're gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
So does handsome privilege only extend to sex? Would you say?
I'm sure no connection in general of any kind.
Okay.
Yeah, because pretty people, like, people want them for whatever gain that gives them pretty people.
Okay.
Being a pretty person.
Okay.
I think Trey Songz is on borrowed time. And it taps into
what did you just say?
He's on borrowed time. So he's only been allowed to move around how he's moving because he's an attractive male. And
I don't think he's
you may not. That's fine. But there is a huge population of women that do think that he is attractive, and it's been that way for quite some time. But I think the fact that he is attractive is, and also famous and, you know, wealthy or whatever the term you want to use, that's how he's been able to kind of move around and dodge these allegations and dodge prison time and dodge these civil suits, because a lot of times it's the R. Kelly syndrome. You know what I'm saying? I'm this famous singer. You know, you want to be in my presence, so you're gonna do what I like. He's only able to get away with that because he's an attractive male. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that, of course, being
What if he was an attractive male without having status, without having money?
They would have been got him out of here.
So do you think that just overall an attractive guy, his life is easier? Like with pretty women, their life is easier. At least to me.
No.
It is only because men are the pursuers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So naturally we're going after the eye candy, the women who look good, smell good, you know, on top of their game.
For sure.
Men still have to work.
Yes.
For, when I say work, I don't mean going to work 9 to 5. I mean work for the attention of women, right? It just is a little bit easier when you are attractive on the eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't think your life is easier because we still pursuers. We still got to go after what we need to get.
Okay.
You may have a little bit more grace than an unattractive man. You know what I'm saying? Or you may get a little bit more, what was the word that you used?
She was more forward.
More forward or more receptive.
Yeah.
Right? To, you know, getting some of the things that you want. But at the end of the day, you still got to put in the work. You know, you have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I feel like the more handsome you are or whatever, like the more hard time I give you.
Damn.
Okay.
It's
Why?
reverse. Because
Which I think is natural. The more attracted you are to somebody, the more time you give them. Yeah.
No.
I think that's natural. But I guess when I'm speaking from a privileged point, like a bad bitch, she don't really got to do nothing in life but be bad. And there's a man that will finance her.
For sure.
There's a man, like, you know, she doesn't really have to be smart.
For sure.
She doesn't really have to be productive in society.
Whose fault is that?
No,
it's not a fault.
He's
It's
just
not a
making
fault.
point. He's just making a point.
Yeah, I was like, what the
Why you so offensive? It's not a
fault
fault.
is that?
What I'm
Y'all
saying
created
is,
this.
You're absolutely
what I'm
correct.
saying is
You
a
are.
handsome man,
Yes.
like you said, he still has to work.
He got to work.
Like, you know what I'm saying? With probably like a few small exceptions.
Yep.
Men
Unless
just don't
he finds
get
a
taken
cougar.
care of in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's not a huge population of men that just get, yo, you don't got to do nothing just because you
Are
handsome.
you talking about heterosexuals or both bisexuals?
I'm always talking about
All right,
heterosexual.
so I'm
What's
gonna
wrong
let
with-
you know.
Yo.
I'm gonna let you know that in the other world,
But I don't know about them.
there's men that get taken care of.
But
Like,
okay,
as if
but okay,
they're
so
like
let's
the
say in this
bad
pocket,
bitches of that world.
even in that world,
So there's men who get taken care of.
would
For
be
sure.
what?
Just saying.
They would be what though?
Huh?
They would be
They
the
would be a bad-
equivalent
to a
of
bad
the
bitch.
woman.
Yes.
They would be equivalent of that.
Absolutely.
At the
You
end
understand what
of
I'm
the day,
saying?
Men made it this way. You man, gay or straight?
You said, why am I alien versus predator? But you keep doing the same thing. You don't realize
Yeah.
that?
I don't know. Not really. Can you help me understand? Please. Go ahead.
We're not pointing blame at all. His statement was just women have it appears, the optics of the situation is women appear to have an easier life when they are attractive.
I beg
Now
to
there
differ.
are some.
Okay, you beg to differ. Tell
Yeah,
me.
There are.
I am attractive.
Yes.
Okay. And my life has not been easy. And because I was pretty, I had to learn this because I didn't know what the problem was.
Mhm.
But just because, again, you guys are looking at it through a male perspective. You're like, right, but I experience women as well as a pretty person, right? And women, they're licked back if they don't fuck with you or if they're envious of you. Like, they slow sabotage. Like, they do things. And it's like, or for example, I can't just walk into a room and just be like, hi, I'm talented. Like, I can't just, or like being pretty, you can't be tired. You can't be insecure. You can't be
Why?
No, keep going. I'm with you. I understand what she's saying.
Okay,
can't-
you're gonna have to unpack that.
Because, for example, a lot of people think that assume that I have a perfect life or whatever. Have always, right?
You got the easy road.
Right, but I lived at once upon a time. I've been homeless. I've been in the projects, all that stuff, and being pretty meant nothing when you're in the streets. It does. Yeah, maybe if I wanted to, the only options I would have is to sell my body to do something. I could do that, but even a crackhead could do it. What are you talking about? Being pretty is like, it's more dangerous. It's a hazard being pretty. Like, when I'm out and about, let's say I'm at Starbucks and I'm having a really bad day, which is depressed, and I just need my time. There's going to be some asshole who's going to be like, if I don't tell her what's on my mind today, I'm never going to tell her, and it could be my wife. And that day I just really want to read and have my coffee and just be left alone. But that man is going to be persistent. And he's not going to stop.
Because you're pretty.
And when I try to express this to other women, I have to remember who I'm expressing it to, because not every woman gets the attention or the effort that I get.
So you can't express the ugly girls, so what you saying?
But I understand what she's saying. It goes back to
I gotta remember, y'all. It's not pretty.
No, because I hate it
crazy.
because I'm being gaslit out of my own experience. Because they'll be like, "Oh, it's not like that. What are you talking about? You're exaggerating." I'm like, I'm really not. Like, this
You know
is
what it
really
sounds
my
like? You know what it
situation.
sounds like? And I'm not telling you this is. I'm just saying what it sounds like. It sounds like rich people problems. When rich people be complaining and people that aren't rich, they be like,
it's equivalent.
"What the fuck?
It's
like, what are you
equivalent.
talking about? I would love to trade
why are
places
you?
with
Why are you?
Okay,
But that's how they're looking at it.
rich.
But I don't care how you look at it. The fact of the matter is that pretty people, it can be a lonely world.
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
It can be, and that's difficult because everybody who you meet, the majority of the people that you meet either want to fuck
Yep.
or use you.
Yep.
Because you're pretty. So it's like you never can, like, you don't know what's real anymore.
That
You know what
goes
I
back
mean?
to her earlier point about us seeing it. There's a men's lens and then there's a female lens. So to us, men, damn, that bitch bad. Like, she ain't got no worries whatsoever.
Yeah.
To them, it's, oh, fuck. Let me go out and let me look the raggediest today so nobody tries to talk to me.
I guess, and not to cut you off, so finish
No,
your point,
that was it. Like,
so
it's
I guess
perspectives.
because I look at things like, and you're right, I'm looking at it from a male lens,
For
right?
sure. I was
so
too.
what's important to me? Resources are important in life, and you're able to secure resources easier if you took advantage of the situation. Maybe you don't experience it because you like, hey, I don't take advantage of the situation.
Right.
But a woman that understands how she looks and will take advantage of the situation, she's able to secure and procure resources easier. Whereas me, it doesn't matter how handsome I am, I still got to go out there and get it.
But men
so
will talk about on the podcast how she's stupid for not manipulating and then be mad that she's manipulating.
Very true.
So
Very true.
here's the deal. You need to understand.
Can't have it both ways.
We have a womb. So when women experience any type of abuse, malnourishment, it's literally creates symptoms in our bodies that prevent us from, doing what we can usually do or whatever. Like, women are easily impacted by the things that they suffer from. So why would I increase my variables of getting sick? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm beautiful and I could use a lot of people. I could do, trust me, I know. But it's like, I don't have the mental capacity to do that. I don't want to do that. I just want to be beautiful at home in peace. And I want to engage with people in an organic way. Like, that's, for me, that's what I desire. So yes, I know that I'm beautiful, but I'm expected to do certain things. And I'm like, dog, like, what if I don't want to? What if I really am a good girl?
So the stress.
Let me be a good girl.
So the stress of being a pretty person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you
rather be ugly?
There you go. That's what I was going to. Would you take the opposite?
No, you
Who
wouldn't.
would? You're not asking me that question.
Would you rather be
everybody in
ugly?
this room. Would you rather be ugly?
Hell
Nobody
nah.
would want to be ugly.
No, I wouldn't.
And praise God, I'm not. It's the least.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah.
So you'll deal with
None of us were born. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. So
No, I
at the very
wasn't
least,
either.
you could make me pretty. Shit.
Our parents were
Thank
middle
you.
class.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah. Some women have like ginormous boobs. Praise God. You're going to get free drinks. You're going to get
Oh, for
free
sure.
food.
So, okay. So
I mean-
would you say the advantages outweigh the disadvantages in your experience only?
Free drinks and free food is not that big of a deal to me.
No, at being pretty.
No,
Like,
in your experience only. Is that all you ever got? Was free drinks and free food?
No. I'm saying, but I was saying, like, I was trying to give, like, small, cheap examples for women with other assets.
Yeah,
like,
now, fuck them. I'm talking about you. So in your specific experience, right, has it been more advantageous or is it more of a disadvantage to you
Being
from
pretty.
what you've experienced?
Because of my values, I will say it's been more of a hassle than
damn.
So then why wouldn't you want to be ugly? If it's been more of a hassle, why wouldn't you want to be ugly? You
Because-
specifically.
Because I just don't. Who the fuck wants to be ugly?
If it's a hassle,
get the hell
if it's a
out-
hassle,
No.
if it's a hassle which can lead to depression,
I don't care
and
what
can
you're
lead to all
trying
these
to
things.
prove, Chase. I don't give a damn. I said what I
Because
said. Both
it's-
of them are isolated incidents.
It's not a
Okay.
hassle.
She
Yes,
would
it
rather
is.
be pretty.
I'd rather until the day I die. You understand?
Yeah, I
Till the
know.
day I
Ugly
die.
people
I know.
got it hard, bro.
I know you would
I'm
rather
trying
be
to
pretty.
be a
Ugly
sexy
people
old
got
lady.
it hard,
Oh,
man.
boy.
They do. Ugly people got it hard.
All right, cool.
No, they don't.
Yes,
if
they
they're
do.
funny, they got it made.
So you don't
Big
think
up,
that you're
please.
looking at that the same lens that I'm looking at it? You see how you just discounted? If you funny, you got it easy.
You have to be. You
Hell
have to be
yeah, 'cause-
multifaceted when you're
Okay,
less
can
attractive.
I say what I really mean? Because I'm just being funny.
Sure, go
and
ahead,
I'm
please.
mean.
Please do.
Yeah.
I think that your value is all about what you can offer in the marketplace. You
Okay.
know,
Mm.
and we've seen everything from very attractive to not attractive at all, like that William Hung guy. You know what I mean?
I don't know what that is.
Damn, I wish I remembered what it was. But point is, the man visibly did not win the genetic lottery.
Dirty
okay?
game.
But he was very successful and made a lot of money. And
Yeah.
it's like because of whatever he offered to the marketplace. So it's like I've dated men who are not, outrageously gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I believe that I'm a goddamn gift. Hello, having female energy, like you won. You know what I mean? Like
Period.
we're outside. And it was because of who he was. So, if we're going to be like corny and beautiful, I'm going to say that I want to be beautiful on the inside.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you'd rather be beautiful.
I want to be both because I feel like when you're just pretty on the outside and you're ugly on the inside, it's just worthless. It
is.
means nothing.
You end up being ugly
Yeah.
to a lot of people.
That's the real trick in life because then you're going to be sexy till the day you die. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be a sexy grandma. It's a goal.
All right.
It's a goal. I want to be a sexy, fine-ass grandma.
I love that for you.
Thank you.
All
Taking care of my grandbaby.
right. Nick, I'm going to start with you. If prostitution was legal, how would it change the dating landscape?
It would be far more sexual crimes.
Okay. You think it'll be more sexual
Far
crimes?
more.
Okay.
I think once you, and it could possibly be synonymous with the whole making weed legal thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have more people thinking that they're owed something because they paid for it, right?
Okay.
And when they don't get what they want, when you pay for something and you don't get what you want, a lot of people become irate. You know what I'm saying? Because you're with my dollar, I'm supposed to be guaranteed a certain level of customer service. That's what a lot of people think. It's entitlement too, right?
Okay. I'm
So
rolling.
yes, I think prostitution need to stay where it's at and legal only in the spots of the country that it's legal in because they've figured out a way to, make it effective for that particular region of the world. But if you legalize it across the grand scheme, bro, it'll be GTA, bro.
Okay, so if they legalize it and they follow that same infrastructure for those places, right? So they follow that same infrastructure.
Right.
You don't think it would work?
No, because once you start to scale,
Mhm.
you have to it becomes uncontrollable, right? So you can model certain things after it on a very, very low scale. Think about Chick-fil-A, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every Chick-fil-A you go to, yeah, for sure. Every Chick-fil-A you go to, the lemonade not gonna be the same. Even though they following the same recipe, right? But you
That's
got
pretty fire. That was a good one. High five.
For sure, right? You go listen, right? You go
fire.
you go to the Chick-fil-A, right? And it's a nigga in the back that he done made up his own recipe for the lemonade. He not going off of it's not 2 cups of sugar, right? I'm gonna put 3 because that's just what I'm gonna do today.
Yeah.
So, but it's still a scale operation, right? Chick-fil-A, the chicken tastes the same, the fries taste the same level of customer service, primarily. But once you start to scale, there are going to be instances where you can't control the scale.
Okay.
That's kind of like the point that I'm trying to make. So no, I hope prostitution never becomes legal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I in fear of women's protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Come
valid.
on,
That's fair.
women's protection.
I heard you.
that's
I heard
great.
you. I'm trying to, get the womb and the Chinese
You better
science
stop.
and all that. Okay. Period.
What about you, Kayla?
What about me? What?
Same question. Like, how do you think legalized prostitution would change the dating landscape?
It would do I have something wrong with me? No? Okay. So let me know now. I don't see myself. So dating, prostitution, legal. Okay. So it would cause a lot of chaos for sure.
Okay.
I think that it would just cause mayhem. It would cause mayhem because we need boundaries as a society. Like,
Absolutely.
it's necessary.
Yes.
For your mental health, for your spiritual health, all that jazz. Like, there has to be spiritual hygiene at some point in this life. And I think sexually is very important. And if we were to just say that this is, anybody could do this, like, first of all, there's like an art to that. Like, that's not for everybody. You know what I mean? So, because, like, notice how, like, when Cardi B and all the, like, the strippers and rappers started to do their thing, notice how stripping kind of became watered down, especially after COVID. So it's like the same thing is going to happen if we water down physical connection. Like, I just don't think it, like, too much of one thing is just not.
If you think dating is bad now, nigga, make
we'll be
buying
so
pussy
disconnected.
legal.
Yeah.
What?
So so that's what I think. I think it would have an impact on, like, how I think a lot of women are. I think that would kind of it would kind of change, like, the level of entitlement, what they get.
Okay.
So, like, you got to pay my bills to do this, or I'm not taking no 50-50 to do this. Like, a lot of those things will be off the table, right? Because men are doing these things, of course, because they want sex.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of relationship responsibilities, like, I'm pursuing a woman because ultimately, even though I may want her romantically, I still want her sexually as well. I'm attracted to her. So, what incentive would I have to take you to this $300 date, this $400 date, or anything like that?
Okay.
If I'm just jumping a line and I'm just gonna go over here and get that. I think it would humble a lot of women. Now, I don't know.
That's what you think will happen if we legalize prostitution?
Yes, yeah, I do.
Chase,
No, that is what I think would happen.
this is broad daylight. You think it will
This is broad
humble
daylight.
women?
Women sell pussy now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
They sell pussy now.
I have a question. How many women do you know that actually sell pussy like
But
they
you just said it
prostitutes?
like as if y'all are the prize. I didn't like that.
I believe I am.
How? Hold on. Wait.
I understand that having a good man is the prize.
For sure.
What do you
Not
mean?
having a man is
What do you mean?
Right.
What do you mean though? What do you mean? I said it like we were the prize. How did I say that? How did you interpret that?
because you're like, I think that this would humble women because it's like the whole, like, dangling a carrot. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Would you not say that women do that?
women do what?
Like like courting, right? If we just look at what courting is me.
I know what courting is. So
Okay,
she
cool.
thinks she's getting courted. You're really just a nigga on standby.
Whoa.
Why you say that?
What you just said.
No,
if
I
you're
didn't say that.
courting her,
Uh-huh.
then your sex is not on your mind at that moment. Like, you actually really
False.
like her.
No,
False.
no.
That you couldn't be more wrong.
No.
Okay, I'm saying that's not your goal. Like,
It is.
effective immediately.
No, not immediately, but it is
That's
a goal.
what I'm saying,
It's
like,
I
in the
want it
top
as soon
three.
as
To know
possible.
her.
I want it as soon as possible.
Okay, so then
I think every man wants it as soon as possible. As soon as you're gonna give it to me.
I don't think I beg to differ.
It's a small
I know
statistic
that
of men that probably
I know
think
I'm aware of that,
of
but
what
I'm
you
not
think.
going to say that all. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we're not talking about all. We're not talking about all. Like we don't know all, so we can't speak for all.
Right.
But I think if I see you, right, I'm like, damn, Kayla is attractive because it's the first thing I see. She's attractive. Down on her mind, right? Oh man, like I enjoy being around her. Yes, I want to fuck. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna have those men that still want to court women, but the patience for courting women will decrease.
So exactly. So that's what I mean. So there is
it's
no
already decreased. No,
but he's saying in the aspect of legalizing prostitution.
Worse.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It would become worse.
Yeah,
so
like,
there is no.
There would be
you need to
none.
do this to talk to me. No, I'm not doing that shit.
I'm just finna go down.
I'm
the
not
street
doing none of
and
that shit.
pay
I'm just finna go over there.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I think that just like it would go down, like you say,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would cause it to go back up, where people would actually value. Cause I personally think so, because look at like, I'm not in agreement with all the podcasts, but look at how we're finally talking. You know what I mean? Like,
Fair point.
you know what I mean? Like once upon a time we didn't talk about things. Now there's literally podcasts, because it's like the human conversation likes to go like this. You know what I mean? Over time.
Okay.
So it's like this could be the dark ages, but at some point in time, like human beings are going to, because there's so much shit, they're going to want to rebel and find something healthier and better.
Well, I don't think that all women would subscribe to that ideology, right? There's a certain ilk of women that
It's
do.
impossible
So
to,
then
yeah.
it would increase the value, of course, of women that aren't on that. All right. And men would probably be like, these are the women that I'm going to wife. But I wouldn't jump through hoops. I'm not jumping through hoops.
Right.
If the pussy's right there, I'm not paying your rent. If the pussy's right there, I'm not doing any of that.
All right, but that's you. There's other men who will do a lot more or can do a lot more and are willing. Like, there's always a man who's willing. I don't care. Like, men are a spectrum.
For sure.
Right.
So that may be for you. And
But what do you think the
congratulations.
probability would be? You think that men
Well,
are going to
it
say,
depends.
I'd rather pay her rent instead of just getting this bad bitch?
It doesn't
That's
matter.
just right there.
It doesn't
Go
matter
ahead.
because it's different for each woman.
You have a car. You're not going out and getting a rental every week because you got a car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I and that.
So that's so
probably
an
sounds
analogy
crazy, right?
is if I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, like so.
Okay.
If I have a dependable vehicle.
Yeah.
I know my car.
Yeah.
I drive my car. You know what I'm saying? If my car breaks down,
But if I'm in
then
a
yes.
relationship, am I on the
Are you
dating
comparing
landscape?
women to cars?
It's just an analogy, honey.
I know.
That's all.
I know.
Oh.
But
That's
if
why
I
I'm asking.
have a
We can use-
relationship,
if it makes you feel better, a
But
Mercedes.
you hear yourself?
I do.
if I have
right?
a relationship,
Yes.
would I even be on the dating landscape though?
terrible.
No,
would that be applicable to me?
You wouldn't. But the point that I'm trying to make is I think there's still going to be a large portion of men that are still going to want to court and rely on getting to know women. And then that same statistic of men will probably dibble and dabble in that other space because it's there. But for me, I don't want no prostitute. You know
Yeah,
what
for
I'm saying?
sure,
I want
for
Old
sure.
Faithful. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm gonna drive my car. I'm not gonna go get a rental just because I, just want a rental.
To me, it would make women focus on more of the other things outside of just sexual things, because now I can't just get him off of sex. I have to show real qualities, real wife qualities, or real qualities that would make me a good candidate.
So
To
how
me,
would
that's what it would.
How
That's
would
what it
it
would make.
impact men positively and negatively? If
Negatively, it's gonna make us not patience first and foremost. Our
yeah.
patience will decrease further than what it is now because
you don't even have it.
we're not gonna generalize, honey.
Right, in this aspect, I kind of have to because I'm biased, obviously.
Okay.
Because it's like as a woman, you turn on the news and you see some things that like they exist in the world that you're like, yo, the fact that this is even a thing it blows my mind.
It
Like,
is.
Yeah.
Women are being like murdered for not wanting to go on a date with somebody.
But that's
So-
the exception, not the rule, right?
That's not the exception.
It is
not
because
the
Have you seen
it's not the
That's
rule.
not
It's
the
not the
rule.
rule, honey. No,
That's not the
I'm
rule.
sorry for calling you, honey. I'm sorry, but no,
It's okay.
it's not the rule because you still have men that are interested in dating women.
I know this.
Yes, and they're interested in not killing women because they don't get a phone number.
I understand that, but we think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say if my beautiful friend Shy was to go on a date,
Yes,
and we don't know this man from Adam, he could be one of those guys.
You're supposed to think like that.
Right. So that's
and
what
he could not be.
That's why I'm saying I'm thinking it from a female perspective of what you guys are talking about. I'm like, you guys are like, this is not even.
So is the female perspective to always think that men are predators? And they're always going to do something negative?
Jesus Christ.
It's a possibility.
I hope not.
if we're going out with a stranger that we don't know. Like if we're going on a date with somebody that we're getting to know, it could always end up really bad.
It could. That's 100%
Yeah,
facts.
that's
We're
it.
similar.
That's it. Like,
But
Because we're similar because when you out with a girl, you don't know if she like you or not. You don't know if she trying to get a free meal out of me or if she is genuinely interested in me.
True.
So
real.
although the spectrums are vastly different because you're thinking from a very, very heinous standpoint.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy could.
heinous is nothing. It's feminine.
No. It is. No. But you're thinking, oh, this nigga could be crazy. Like I could end up in the back of a white van being sold, to
for parts.
Exactly, right? And on our spectrum, we thinking, man, I don't want to spend $150 on this bitch. She might not even like me like that.
For sure.
That's terrible.
It is.
First of all, why don't you because I.
Oh, come on. Ask me, please.
Why don't you? Because at least I do this.
Yes.
This is what I do. Yes, you can take me out on a date, but not yet. Like, talk to me first on the phone.
Okay.
Maybe for 1 or 2 days, whatever. It depends if we click instantly or
Yes.
not or whatever.
Okay.
But you kind of vet how the conversation is going to go. And if it goes, let's meet for dinner, because for the type of woman that I am, I like experiences.
Sure.
I'm not going to, this whole 150, whatever. If the experience is 150, the experience is 150. And I want effort. So it's like, if I'm getting that kind of treatment, it's going to be giving back because I've already chosen that. I'm like, oh, I felt him out at first instead of waiting awkwardly in front of a guy at a 5-star restaurant. Like, I'm not going home with
Out of 10 women, how many women you think like that? Out of 10. Well, based off what you just said, like, hey, we can go out, but not yet.
I don't know. If you
Just
guys,
guess. Guesstimation.
if you guys are focusing on the bitches that just want, meals, you know what I mean?
Well, we don't want a woman that just wants meals. We don't want that.
I know, but I feel like y'all are talking like that. Like it's like, oh, you're like as if the majority of us are like that.
We are. You only meet the representative of the person, right?
Mm-hmm.
In every aspect, right? So a guy could be very, very presentable. You know what I'm saying? Look good, smell good, clean cut, in a suit, and be the worst nigga in America.
Yeah.
Or a female could be not, looking like herself, or I don't know what the proper term is for bummy, but not dolled up. She's not dolled up or whatever, but she could be a prized possession and somebody that can really transform your life. So we always meet the representative of an individual.
But it's the art of taking time and getting to know the person.
I agree with you 1,000%. My only question was, how many women do you think like that? Out of 10, is it 4? Is it 3?
There's 2 in the room.
Okay. So 20%.
Like the same way Chace is like, I don't know, girl, guys like that, because I'm like this. I'm gonna use that card.
Nah,
It's a gamble.
I don't know.
We're both gambling because you don't know if I'm a sexual predator or not, and I don't know if you're a gold digger or not.
Do you have gold?
I may.
Do you have gold?
I may.
Are you a leprechaun?
All right.
Do you have gold? Yes or no? We're about to find out.
I haven't had to worry about much in a while. So.
All right, cool. Kayla.
Yes.
Who creates more monsters?
You better, if you say
Men or
single
women?
moms, I'm gonna fight you.
I didn't say anything about single moms. I said who creates more monsters, men or women?
I think men.
I'm sure.
Of course.
Like, why though?
Because of the fact that you guys are logical thinkers, like you literally think with no emotion involved.
It's a lot of emotional men.
Men have emotions.
Right.
Okay. So
it's just oftentimes that it's like men are logical.
And
I'm gonna let you answer it, but it's just like men are logical, as if there's not a lot of emotionally wired men.
I agree with you, but down to the mental circuit, like you guys know exactly what you're doing when you're doing it for the most part.
Okay.
For the most part, at the very least, if we're gonna talk about the masses, and on top of that, you take this being and it's physically stronger than you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's stronger than most. You know what I mean? And it's out of whack, right? It has a son. Newborn to 7 years is where a child creates their perception of the world, right? So if you notice, you do the math on fatherless homes and look at where those kids tend to end up, or how their lives tend to, look like, because there's no order. Like, it's not to bash men, it's actually to like tell them like, yo, you don't understand your purpose and your impact that you have in our lives and how much we need you, because whether you like it or not, you have the responsibility. Like, you're the stronger one, you're the logical one, you're the leader. You can't just pick and choose when you want to be a leader. So I think that it starts with the man, like the father, the leader, the one who chose, you know what I mean? So that's...
So when you talk about fatherless homes, do you think a good portion of fatherless homes are just because the dad just says, I don't want to be here? Do you think there's no like...
I wouldn't... I know that there's tons of cases, but at the end of the day, the fact is a fatherless home is not good. Not too much comes out of it. At the end of the day, I don't care how it happened, whether it was intended or it wasn't. It's to understand how much we need you.
That's
okay.
Beautiful point.
Cool. Way more. What are we thinking?
I think men create more monsters by their absence. So a lot of what she was saying was absolutely true. We're just now starting to hold men accountable for certain things that they do, right? So you'll see it online like, oh, I don't hang with my homeboys if they don't take care of their kids. Like, you see these conversations happening, right? Yeah. It didn't used to always be like that. It used to be like on some shit, that's that nigga business. I'm not finna get into whatever he's doing. So by men not speaking up, and it starts with having a village of homeboys that think like you, move like you. Iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel, right? So you and I could have a conversation about goals, where we want to be in 5 years, where we want to be in 3 years, where you're taking your platform. You know what I'm saying? What type of father you want to be. Like, I feel like me and you can have that conversation.
For sure.
I don't think it's a lot of conversations that can happen like that amongst men. And that is what kind of creates this whole men not being accountable for their actions thing, because I can sit in front of you and be like, nah, Chase, you fucked up. Like, don't go that route, bro. Like, let's look at a different aspect of that. I think it's the conversations of that magnitude are happening more, but they weren't happening in the past. And that's kind of like what is steering men in a, fatal direction.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay.
All we just gotta, we have to start being just like with women. Women have villages, bro. Like, they have girls' night where they go and they just literally talk about what they're dealing with, how they're processing their emotions, what men they're dating now, what men they taking serious, what men they not taking serious. Girl, let me tell you what this nigga did, blah, blah, blah. And then they literally have congregations about it.
So in those circles, do you think they get healthy advice?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Think so?
I think around like-minded women, you know what I'm saying? Because the saying is still true. Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
If you hang with ain't shit hoes, you finna get ain't shit advice. If you hang with boss, accountable, responsible, all that to my left, right? you're going to get positive results. Same with men. It's no different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hang around 8 drug dealers, you finna be the ninth.
Damn, that's real. High five.
Come on. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you hang around 8 businessmen, you'll probably be the ninth. You know what I'm saying? If you hang around 8 ain't shit baby daddies, eventually you're going to become the ninth. So,
okay. So just to make sure that I'm hearing what you're saying that it's the absence, pretty much.
We got to be present to be able to provide
Your
impact.
presence is
sure.
more than just a present.
Yes.
It's necessary.
Yes. We have the ability to check men, because only we can really check men, right?
Yeah.
Because when it comes from, it sounds different coming from your woman versus coming from your homeboy. Your homeboy, your real dog, can tell you fucking up, bro. You fucking up. If a woman says that same statement in that same manner, you become defensive. she's picking on you,
It's
or
ghetto.
she don't know what she's talking about, or she's nagging, or she's complaining. But it's really the same conversation. No, I need you to take better care of yourself. Or your homeboy, yo, nigga, you like tighten the fuck up. You hear that from your homeboy. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily hear it in that magnitude from your lady because you're used to her complaining about everything.
Or you internalize what we're saying as a threat, or like,
I can agree to that.
Like they feel like failures.
Yeah. I can
And
agree
that's
to
so
that.
frustrating because it's like, I'm really crying out to you because I've officially submitted to you and you're not. What was it I saw? I saw it on a podcast somewhere that they said, how is this the only
The
grocery
podcast
store?
ain't that bad.
Hold on, wait.
I see what you did.
Stop. How is it that this is the only grocery store I can shop at, but you don't have what I need on the shelf? Like, hello. It's like how, that's the tricky part of as a woman, is like, how do I get my point across when this is how I know how to speak? You know what I mean? But then it's
because that's a terrible way to say it.
it's how we feel, like we're upset and scared. For me, I know, like, when I'm aggressive, it's really because I'm scared. Like, I'm protecting myself. Like, that's a masculine energy that's not necessarily me. Like, feminine is when you're at peace, when you're sure, when you're confident. But I think when you're unsure of your man, it aggravates you because he's supposed to be the one that, you know what I mean?
He's
so
supposed to know.
when you ask him, like, hey, what's going on? And he chooses to be cold, it's like, yo, that's wild to me. Like, you have the ability to work and suffer. You know, you're going to keep that face while you at work and while you're with your boys. But, like, when it's with me and I'm the one that really needs you the most, and I'm the one that's going to wipe your ass when you can't, can you please talk to me?
You got to create that space.
Yeah.
The space has to be created.
So you being
I get
aggressive
it.
because
I
you're
get it.
The space has to
scared.
be created.
Yeah.
The space has to be
Yes.
created, and it has to be comfortable. It can't be
We have to learn how to control our emotions as well. Yes.
That's all. And I won't even say
Yes.
control, because control comes off negative, right?
No,
Just
it's real, though.
Yeah, just
It's-
engineer.
yeah.
Know when it's okay to, like, if I bring to your problem, that's not your opportunity to, sometimes it's not your
I think there's a right way to tell him.
1,000%.
And I'm learning that. Like, I'm in
1000%.
the process of learning that. I'll be honest. Because before, like, I didn't think before I spoke. I just spoke.
So let's stay there, right?
Yeah.
So how many potential monsters could you have created in your learning process, right?
How could I have created? By enabling them?
It could be enabling.
I
It could
can
be
say by
you. It could be
enabling,
you
'cause
destroying them.
I'm not a neglectful person. I'm very
okay.
considerate. I'm probably too considerate. But I can say that I have enabled monsters by not knowing my own value. And because I didn't know my own value, I and I was also just playing house without realizing it, because I didn't really know myself. I was just like, I was doing what I saw my parents did with boyfriend B or whatever. And it's like, you submit, you know, you love him with all your heart and soul, but it's like boundaries. Like, you can't just, I just didn't vet them properly. I didn't even know that there was a vetting process. I knew nothing. Like, I was just like, oh, you're handsome and you make me feel good. And we're like best friends. And it feels good when we have sex. So I think this is good enough for me.
Oh, man.
That's not how we do relationships anymore.
Right.
That was my 20s. But, you know, whatever. Chemistry is not everything. So.
Do you think men create monsterful women?
Yes, they do. 100,000.
And how many monsters have you created, sir?
Do I think men create monsters for women? Yeah, I think men. I think as men, a lot of times we create the things that we hate and complain about. One way from rewarding poor behavior.
Okay.
I think a lot of men reward poor behavior.
Absolutely.
And then they complain about these types of women when there are men that are rewarding the behavior of those types of women.
I agree.
So I think things like that for sure. Absenteeism, like you said. But
like, a daughter without a father is crazy. You know,
a daughter without a father is crazy, but I just can't look at it on the surface level, because I know what goes into that. I don't have kids, but I just know, like, relationship dynamics and how challenging it can be and how challenging a woman can make it, or even how challenging a guy can make it. But just in a relationship, it's just not that black and white. So I just don't look at it like that.
From the standpoint of a father, it is that black and white, because you create life, and then life comes into this world. That is your primary responsibility, regardless of whatever you and that woman went through, right? So I haven't always had the best relationship with my kid's mom, but we're in a way better place than we are 5, 6, 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta give you a high five.
For sure.
That's amazing.
So and I have zero tolerance for niggas that kind of blame it on the women who prevent them from either seeing their child or being present in their child's life. You have to make that effort. You got to be there. Regardless, I don't give a fuck if it take 18, 19, 20, 22, 25 years. Your responsibility is to be there, because you help bring this life into the world. And I think it's easy to say, oh, she made it hard for me to be a father. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She probably could, but it's probably based on some bullshit that you did back in the day. Or it could be some bullshit that she isn't over from the last nigga that she was dating or whatever, and you...
That's the mother of your child at the end of the day.
And ignoring the signs of that, you still had a child with her. So now it's your responsibility. All of the baggage that comes with her is your responsibility. And it ain't easy. It is not easy, bro. Like I'ma just
I want you
for sure. It's not easy, but at the end of the day, bro, my son, my first name is my son's middle name. My last name is my son's last name. You know what I'm saying? I take that shit very seriously, and it's not a woman, person, entity, being on the face of this earth that's gonna stop me from being in his life. For sure. And that's just how niggas gotta look at it. And if you don't look at it like that, then we probably not gonna get along, or we don't need to be in the same space.
So I agree and I respect that. Yeah, it is a man. It is on a man to do his due diligence to make sure that he's there for his kid, 100%.
But don't purposely make it hard for us.
Right.
I heard you say you got a daughter. Like, you don't seem like you would purposely make it hard.
No, I literally gave him the option. I was like, "Are you gonna be here or not?" Because I'm not.
Yeah. And there's some women that just they allow bitterness and resentfulness and hatred to get in the way of healthy co-parenting.
Yeah.
And as a man, just like we figure everything else out, you got to figure out and navigate that aspect of how you can make that relationship better for the sake of the child that you brought into this world, or children.
Yeah, because it's not their fault that y'all don't like each other.
For sure.
More. You know what I mean? But they at the end of the day, how their parents treat each other is how they're going to navigate through relationships. So regardless of how you feel, time is of the essence. Get your shit together. Let's resolve this and let's move on.
And all of it is learning. It's on the job training. Bro, my parents, like I said earlier, my parents been married. They don't know shit about co-parenting. I have zero examples of how to co-parent. I got to learn everything on my own. You know what I'm saying? And I was married for 3 years. Okay. So it's like navigating from being a husband to now I have to be a father to children that don't live with me 100%. Can't no book, can't no person tell you or help you navigate that space. Like, you literally are learning as you go. And you're going to fuck up. You're going to fuck up tremendously. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to you to continue to say, just like, you know, it's like every other job. Hey, listen, I'm going to get this skill on the job. Or as far as the podcasting space, you're going to learn this podcasting space because that's what you want to do. For sure. You know what I'm saying? This woman, I really like her, so I'm going to try to learn. It's no different. Okay. It's no different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So now I'm going to ask you the same question, and I'm going to just answer your question. How many monsters have I created? I can't say because all of the women that I've been in relationships with, we still have really good bonds.
That's great.
So I don't know.
I got you.
If I've made them a monster. I'm sure, you know, I've done things that, you know what I mean, like aren't the best.
Yeah.
Not the best.
Yeah, but I don't know if I made them monsters.
I wish I had that experience.
But I'm gonna ask you that same question.
I wish there are a handful of women that we are still cordial. Yeah. It'll never be what it was, of course, because we were on a romantic level. For sure. You know what I'm saying? But I think if I was to run into them, we could have a conversation, we could hug, and we say, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. And we move on. Yeah. My actions over the course of the years and just figuring out who I was as a man, absolutely has been damaging to a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I can be accountable and honest about that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not they are a monster or a better person for the next man, I don't know, because I don't have the statistics in front of me to say, well, how were you in the relationship after me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know,
fair.
Only thing I know is that, you know, I may get a text response. If I was to reach out to them, I may not. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's really all you got to go off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kayla, you made any monsters? Oh, you said by enabling.
I enable. Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
Has somebody made you a monster?
100,000%.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I lost my mental, but also like I didn't know that I had an underlying condition, so it was just being exasperated. So I genuinely don't think that had I known what I had, then I would have been more aware, more mindful in my pickings and you know whatever. But that's just what came with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely, regardless of how you paint it, for sure, it got super toxic and dangerous. And I lost empathy for men after this. I was like, yo, fuck.
Damn.
These niggas.
You still feel like that?
No.
Okay. Good. You know?
You don't feel like that?
Well, if he's a monster, yes, he
Okay.
gotta go.
Yeah, that's
Effective
fair.
immediately. I don't care. I don't care what's your story about your mom, your kid, your cat. I don't give a fuck. Okay, you gotta go. If
Not
you're
the
an
cat.
op. But like at the end of the day, like God's creation is God's creation. It's just you have to choose to see if you are one or not, and we can hang, and that's it.
Yeah. I feel like in every relationship there's like some you take some level of damage.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't say that a woman has made me into a monster or women have made me into a monster. But they've definitely shaped my perspective on relationships and how I view women as a whole. I'm probably less vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you're not
as opposed
4'11" and gorgeous.
What is that? Oh,
Sorry.
you're height and gorgeous. Yeah. No, I'm not 4'11" and gorgeous. I'm 6'3" and amazing. But anyway.
A pivotal part for me was witnessing childbirth.
Okay.
I was there when my son was born. I pulled him out of his mom. Like,
Yeah.
I cut the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Like, when you get to see something like that,
Mm-hmm.
your perspective about women instantly changes. Well, it should. I'm not gonna say it happens like that for all men, but for me,
Okay.
and I think for men that are like me, that was the turning point. Like, damn, I probably need to start being a little bit nicer and better and more conscious about my decisions.
So you see what you're saying right there, and
Do you have a problem
I
with
can't
that?
I can't speak to that, and I'm not talking about the childbirth portion.
Empathy
So I would
for
have to
women?
get I would have to get the story from those that were impacted by me.
For sure.
But I don't think that I've ever been mean to the point that I'm saying that, you know, I need to be nicer.
Have you
to women.
cheated?
Have I cheated before? Yeah.
So
Have I been cheated on? Yeah.
So that's just one example of how you can create a monster in a woman, because let's just be honest about the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Women date us. When we ask them to be our girlfriends, they put their full trust in us, right? They put their full trust in us to say that, oh, he's going to do right by me. He's going to lead. He's going to be everything that I've been looking for in a man for that specific time period in my life, right?
Yeah.
And then we go off and we do something dishonest, or we go off and we invade or, you know, break their trust.
Or give you our childbearing years.
There you go, right? So now they have to live with the mistake that you didn't consciously think about. So now every man after you, she's going to think, well, I hope he don't do the same thing that blank did to me.
Right,
or
right.
Is he going to do the same thing that blank did to me? Or he will do the same thing. Like, that is a very, very, I think we don't think about it in that aspect.
You don't think about how you affect our nervous system.
We don't. So although you and I can sit here and say we don't know how many monsters created, but just that one specific topic of cheating, I know I've been unfaithful. You know what I'm saying? And I've had to listen to the emotions of my unfaithfulness come out of the mouth of the woman that I hurt. That alone is very damaging.
Okay.
Very damaging. So it's it's probably if I had to sit in the room with all the women that I cheated on, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Man. It would be terrible. It would be terrible, bro. I'm just being honest, man.
Because how often? I mean, I'm not saying that men don't get cheated on, but I'm saying like when you see their reaction, it's very revealing to me. Like because women are not, we're almost expected to accept that when it happens, right? But it's like when if it were to happen on the flip side, you hear a lot of like domestic violence, because a man, like I said, y'all are logical thinkers. Like disrespect is disrespect. You don't care how or where it came from, and it's like how is it that we don't get that same thing where we have I'm gonna go back to my womb, like the PTSD that happens, my nervous system, my period just got 10 times worse because you stressed me out for months. I knew somebody was around, but you wasn't telling me. And the fact that you saw me getting fatigues and you did nothing about it, and you was laughing on the flip side because you done got your dick sucked already. Bitch, like that's when the bitch comes out. Like that's when you get disrespectful, and it's like you think that we want to disrespect you. Like we wanted to hold on to that honeymoon phase so bad. We want to honor you. We want to do so much, but we have to do carrots with you guys, because every man, I don't care how good you are or how not, every man has a wild dog between his legs. So but that's what I think. That's what for as women, how we look at y'all, like. We understand that you have a wild dog between your legs, but it's the man that you choose to be with that. It's like a bad kid that don't listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but you can tell it to sit down. So it's like if you choose not to tell it to sit down, you trip and fall into some pussy. Like, yo, if you would whoop my ass for it, imagine what I'm gonna do to you in your sleep, because you was already.
And a lot goes into that too. Like, bro, I think cheating for women is so, and not to bring up this cheating topic or whatever. Cheating for women is so easier than it is for men, right? Because you could literally pick up the phone and call anybody in your phone to come over and to beat your head in, right? Now, for us, it's so much that goes into that. You got to meet the girl. You got to get her phone number. You got to talk to her on the phone.
True.
You got to hide everything that is of your current life. You have to go out in public with her and then make her like you enough for her to fuck you.
True.
That can take months, weeks,
true,
sometimes days.
True.
But it's far more effort put into it. So when niggas be like, oh, I made a mistake, was it really a mistake though?
I've never subscribed to cheating as a mistake.
Yeah,
never.
It's not.
Yeah,
it was a conscious decision that you did to harm the person.
And I've never
that
felt
you
bad
gave.
when I cheated.
And what pisses me off
You
is
say you never felt bad about it?
No.
I think most men haven't. We only feel bad once we.
Do you hear this, Shy? I'm so glad you're here. Because that's crazy. Like it hurts. We're
not championing it. We're not.
But it's like my question is like for stuff like that. Like thank you for being honest, but it's like take that and understand, literally spread it on the masses. And then when we get questions like, "Why are women so cold?" and like. Why not?
That's fair. That's fair.
I have a womb. Like, you could sit up in here and be like, yo, I just want something quick tonight or whatever. And I could get pregnant, have your baby. You might have chlamydia because you want to save money. For $50, and fuck you, your $150, nigga. Like,
what
you know what I'm saying? Like, when guys have like these limits and they talk to you about these limits, like it's my womb. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care what this is to you, because you're just gonna bust this nut and it was a sport and you're gonna move on your day, but it affects my womb. You're crazy. Like, I know that you guys, whoever's watching and listening, like, this is not okay. It's not funny, but thank you. So,
no, for sure. I get it.
it's not right.
We just.
You can fart and go to sleep. You're like, yo, I just got some head. And like,
we don't. And it's sad, but it's something that we do need to work on. I can be honest about that. Like, and now, and being 100% honest too, just start being honest with women. Like, hey, listen, this is the phase that I am in my life.
No, for sure. For sure.
You could jump on board or you can't.
I feel like you're that type of guy.
Yeah. Like, at one point in my life, I was big on cheating. And the only reason I cheated is because the person I was in a relationship at that point, I had communicated to her that, hey, I think we should break up because I don't think I could be faithful. Like, I just don't think, and I don't want to.
That's
what was
real.
her response to that?
Her response to that was, you haven't done anything yet. I don't think we should break up. There's no reason for it. We can get through it. when she told me that, when she denied me being
and
honest
she
with
denied
her,
herself at the same time.
so then I just didn't care anymore.
What-
So anytime I cheated, I never cared because I tried to prevent it.
Why not just break up? And that's that's something that we lack too, right?
Yeah.
We don't know how to break up with women.
That's a fact.
You know
and
what
I had
I'm
to
saying?
learn that. And that was
Yeah.
me being pussy.
For sure.
I had to learn that. That was me being pussy.
I like this.
That was me
podcast.
being pussy.
I like.
Oh, now you like podcasts.
I know. I like this one. I love.
for sure.
I love it. Like I don't mind a little tit for tat, but hearing men take accountability is very sexy. It's like, okay, we outside.
It's and I think it comes with age. Where I'll be 39 in February. You know what I'm saying? Like over the course of the 39 years that I've been here, I've ran into some great women, some not so great women.
For sure.
But all of the experiences amongst the two types of women that I ran into have shaped me into the mindset that I have now. So now I can come on here and say, you know what? Damn, I was a piece of shit. But I'm a little bit better now. You know what I'm saying? I can sit here and have a conversation with you like, hey, listen, we've been kicking it or whatever, and it's more of a physical thing to me versus an emotional thing. I don't know how you feel about that, but we could talk about it. And if you don't choose to move forward with what we're doing, then you have the right to go on and do what you need to do. Like I'm 100% honest with a lot of stuff like that.
But you don't think that guys don't want to break up because there is a whole group of men that just get girlfriends, right? Just for convenient sex. Like it's just pussy.
I think so. I think there's that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
And we don't want to get used to another pussy smell, right?
What?
Hear me out.
Yeah, explain that. Explain that.
So when you get with a girl that you're comfortable with, right? You know her patterns, you know her aroma, you know how she moves, you know
Her
where she stays.
pheromones or-
All of that. All of that. You know what I'm saying? That is comfortable for you, and you don't want to start over and have to learn somebody else. That's what I mean.
Is
right?
it their hygiene? You're not satisfied?
No. That was just it was literally just
I think it's just a person.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a euphemism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. So what I'm saying is that we don't like starting over just as much as you all don't.
Okay.
We don't.
I
You
didn't
know what I'm saying?
that.
So we don't want to get we don't want to get used to another pussy smell.
Yeah.
Like we don't. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a-
Y'all
like-
are attached to the
for sure. Yeah, because now I gotta go out and your smell I got accustomed to. I love it. I know I know when you clean, I know when you're not clean. Now I gotta go out and I gotta learn another smell. I don't know this motherfucker. I
Yeah.
don't. You know what I'm saying? And it's not comfortable for me.
That is so cute.
It
I think
like,
cheating
for real.
cheating is rooted in a scarcity mindset.
Mhm.
So like I don't want to let this person go.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? While I'm
Yeah,
doing
no.
everything that I'm doing.
Mm-mm.
So I had to learn that about myself, that you operated in scarcity, right? So and while I was cheating, I was learning that you are able to tell a woman that, hey, I got a girlfriend and I still want to talk to you, and
For
she's
sure.
with it.
Yep.
So if I can do that, then I can easily say,
Oh man.
I don't want no girlfriend, and I'm not gonna go with you. This is not gonna go any further. Do you want to take this deal?
And those are the
Once I
women
started-
that create monsters. The women that are okay with this man having someone at home, but you still wanting to deal with him for whatever reason you want to deal with him.
It's fair.
You know what I'm saying? That gives the man the mindset that, oh, this can be normal.
That's enabling.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I can go out and I can find another woman just like this, and I'm going to find another woman like this, and I'm gonna keep this cycle going for as long as I can keep it going. And it's a vicious.
It's a vicious
Yeah.
cycle.
So once
Oh,
I
it's nasty.
mastered that,
Yeah.
then I went to, okay, now I'm just gonna be single. I don't want the hassle of cheating, because cheating is exhausting if you're doing it right. It's exhausting. So now I just for years I've just
Having
single.
hoes is exhausting.
that is
You better-
exhausting. But
Having
I'd
hoes is
rather
exhausting.
do that than
Yeah.
cheat and have
For sure.
hoes.
Absolutely.
Or
Cheating is
actually, you would
exhausting.
rather do all of that than work it out with her or just break up.
Yeah, what was the reason that
crazy.
drove you to thinking that you needed to cheat?
I just wanted to fuck hoes, bro. I'm not gonna.
I
hold
got you.
I just,
That's-
you know what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
At that time, I was young.
You
know
may
what I'm
not
saying?
understand that, but I do.
I
got you.
Yeah.
I don't have
just-
a penis.
I
It's
just
okay.
got it.
I'm
you
very
got a
well
womb.
aware.
You don't got a
Yeah,
dick.
yeah,
You got
Yeah.
a womb.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
Like, sometimes that's just too much for you to just think, like, so it's over.
Yeah.
That's it. That's just it for me. Like, that's it. Like, that has to come a little later in life to where you can say, I've had my run. I didn't have enough of a run, not to satisfy me. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think? Okay, and I know this not on your topic board, but
Yeah,
it just popped in my head. What do you think contributes to a man thinking that he's had his run? Like, what are the milestones that you have to reach as a man from a sexual standpoint to say, you know what, all right, I'm ready to settle down now?
One, I think is different for everybody because two, at my age, I choose not to be in relationships because I
like variety.
I still like options. I'm 37.
You like variety?
Yeah. I like variety.
For sure.
And I don't want to deal with hurting anybody's feelings.
Right.
While I'm living my life and how I want to live it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's individual.
Do you want to have a family one day?
No.
You don't.
Really?
Oh, so you don't want kids?
I've never wanted to have a family.
That's
nothing that I've
child?
aspired to be. No.
Are you siblings?
Yeah, I have siblings.
What's your order?
I have quite a few sisters. And I have
Are you
brother.
youngest, oldest, middle?
I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Oh, you're the oldest.
He's fed up with Eric. No, I was kidding.
Yeah. Nah, you know what? I've not had negative experiences with women. So it's not fed up. It's not coming from a place of malice or anything like that. I've always been really good with women. Women always vibe with me very well. So I don't have like those negative experiences. I've had some downtimes as anybody. I've had disappointments in relationships and shit like that, but never any real negative like, damn, this bitch just so green. I ain't never really had that like that.
Are your parents together?
No. Nah.
And it's different for me because, like, bro, I've grown up around nothing but nuptials, marriage. Like, everybody in my family is married with the exception of maybe like one or two couples. And when I say married, I'm talking 20 plus. Even the people that got divorced, the second marriage is going on 20 plus. So I've been surrounded by nothing but committed relationships my entire life.
See, I've only seen one, like my grandparents.
Got you.
So that's who I was raised with, like my grandmother and her husband.
Okay.
So their marriage, was over 20 something years.
Got you.
So but anyone else, I've not seen that.
Yeah.
So it's nothing that I've aspired.
Yeah.
To
grandma, I think before they passed 55 years. Mom and dad, 41.
Sturdy.
Uncle, 39, 40.
Okay.
Aunts, 25. Like, everybody in my family, literally, Thanksgiving was when it was. Of course, I don't know when it's coming out or whatever. Yeah. But, like, I'm surrounded by people who have been married over 2 decades.
So that definitely has a lot to do with it.
So, although I'm in a very, very pivotal part.
He's a good seed.
Yeah. I'm in a very pivotal part of my life. And I'm like you, like, I like variety, I like options, and I like the ability to just be able to do what the fuck I want to do right now without having to worry about the emotions or attachment of somebody that, But I know the ultimate goal is to be under one roof with my family.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
And do you think that's because you actually have kids?
I think it's based off of what I seen growing up.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels good only having to, and then thriving in a relationship too. It feels good only having to worry about one set of emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, only having to worry about one set of children, only having to worry about one set of bills. Like, when you start to spread yourself too thin, bro, that shit is exhausting. We just talked about it earlier.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dealing with a whole bunch of women, getting to know this woman. This woman don't like this set of food. This woman want to go here. This woman is a little bit more lavish than this one. This one just wanted to stay home. Bro, that shit give you a headache.
True. No, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
So. All right. So we're going to go to another segment called Pick a Struggle. I'm going to give you guys 2 scenarios. Pretty simple. You tell me which one that you would pick. All right?
Okay.
Kayla, starting with you. Stranded in the middle of the ocean, or would you rather be stranded in the middle of the desert?
Shit. You got to pull me up again, bro.
That's so ghetto.
Is it ghetto?
Okay, so I would have to choose the ocean. Damn. Not the desert. I have PMDD. I'll fucking die. I literally have a heat sensitivity and I'll just die.
Okay.
I'll die. Makes sense. So in the water, at the very least, maybe a dolphin might, want to be in the mood to give a bitch a ride to the shore. And by the grace of God, I'll get there. You know what I mean?
All right.
Hair moisturized, chilling.
All right. Waymo, what we doing?
Water. I can take a bath.
Okay, you doing water.
I can take a bath.
I like that he's clean.
For sure. Yeah, I can take a bath, bro. Like, in the desert, you don't know when you're going to see water again.
True.
Like,
true.
It's a gamble.
True.
Like, you can go miles and miles and miles without seeing water. I got to be around some type of water. You know what I'm saying?
Night or day.
True.
it's even worse during the night.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
You know what I'm saying?
I was inclined to pick the desert because one, I can't swim. So
Aw,
being
that's
in that water is crazy. Like in the middle of the ocean would be terrifying to me.
Nigga.
you
and
want,
then
you
like
want the snakes? You down for snakes?
snakes,
Yeah, you can't like. There's nothing to.
but there's
save
sharks
you.
in the ocean. Who's gonna
Yeah,
save
but
me?
there's dolphins can save you, or a whale, like something.
Am I gonna phone them?
Do
to
you
make
know
them
how
come?
hot
The-
sand
it's
gets?
a possibility. Is the point? That's
Do you know how hot sand gets? It's
Imagine.
excruciatingly hot, right? We talking over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Walking through sand and literally burning it,
ashy
man, hell
ass?
no.
No.
Okay.
Give me the water, bro.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck
We
what's
got
in the
two
ocean.
waters, one desert. All right.
Mhm.
Be alone for 1 year with no human contact, or you can never have a second to yourself and always surrounded by people 24/7 for 1 year.
I take the latter
Okay. So you want 24/7 contact.
for sure.
What about you?
By myself.
By yourself. I'm
Fuck
rolling
that.
with that. Give me the year by myself.
Don't want to hear about
Yeah.
I need to be able to fuck something.
Because I've been.
You know what? You know what?
I need to be able to fuck
know
something.
what?
At some point in time.
You know what?
At some point in time.
You just changed my mind. I didn't even think about that part. You know what? I
Y'all
definitely
niggas
need to be
tripping.
able to crack something. You're absolutely right. I'm going
and
way
then
more.
you can go back to like you. No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
She said
It is not the same. You can, and this is coming from a nigga that probably jack off more than he should.
Wildin'.
But
I rebuke it.
yeah, like nah, it's nothing like human contact, bro.
Of
Nothing
course.
I'm just for that
Nothing
fact.
like it.
Just for that fact, I'm
Nothing like it.
rolling.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll find a way to kind of get a second to myself, or even if it's just me and another person. Like if we just sitting in silence, that's enough for me. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
All right.
But I need
I'll take
some nice sitting next to me.
Okay. Drunk sex or high sex?
You want to go first?
Cool.
You
Cool.
already have.
Hold on, wait.
She kind of both, right?
Hunk sex, high and drunk.
Oh, you want both?
Yes, because I can't like drink unless I'm high. So like,
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm one
that's
of
me.
those. Like if I just drink, like I don't know, I'm aggy, I'm nauseous, all the things. But like when I'm high, like and
Yeah.
I drink,
Okay.
it's a vibe.
I'm gonna take the drunk sex. Weed don't never do nothing for me. It just make me
What?
paranoid. I never like smoking. All that shit does is make me paranoid. Doesn't matter what I smoke, and I gotta smoke a lot of it to get me to a point. I don't like that shit.
Damn.
Weed definitely
Weed
overrated.
just levels me out.
I used to be
Edibles
there
the worst.
until I found my strain.
Mm.
So like for a while, Blue Dream had me in a chokehold. bro.
Okay,
ain't
yeah, I
even
remember
gonna lie
Blue
to
Dream was
you.
popping
Like,
back
it
in
was
the day.
just, it was the perfect high.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to chase it all the time. I do edibles as well, but I'll take high sex
You was
over.
coming for me.
Okay.
about
I just
my
know it was
edibles.
more envy and jealous because I ain't take mine before I left.
I'm glad that you clarified.
Okay. Kayla, would you rather be on somebody else's podcast or staying focused with Chace Greene?
Stay on focus with Chace Greene.
Way more fly. Would you rather be on somebody
You
else?
see the cup? Come
You
on.
know the vibe. You staying focused with Chace Greene. All right. So right now is shot o'clock. Now you don't have to answer the question, but if you don't answer the question, you have to take a shot.
Got you.
Pretty simple. Pause in advance, but what is your biggest fetish?
I'm a titty man.
Okay. Big
Straight up.
titties.
Straight up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Big sizes.
All right. Yeah. This only for guests,
Well,
though.
let me
This
not
only
say
for
big-
guests.
Let me not say big sizes. Any size. I love breasts. That's just me.
Boobies.
Copy.
Yeah.
Kayla, what we doing?
What are you asking me?
What is
Same
your
question.
fetish?
Oh, fetish?
Fetish.
Ooh, being appreciated. Wow.
That is not a fetish.
Oh wait, we were talking physically, right?
I don't have a physical. Oh, maybe I know this is weird. I
Go ahead,
like
go ahead.
men with braces.
Really?
Okay. So you get turned on by braces.
I don't know about turned.
I mean, that's a fetish. You get turned
No,
on.
I
Yes.
just really like. I know it sounds really corny, but what gets me turned on is being appreciated. Like, wow, I want to sit on your face. That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, everything. I don't care about nothing. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about your stupid dance. I don't care about your car. I don't care.
Uh-huh.
You take care of me like what, Poppy?
No, Poppy.
All right. All right.
I'm gonna cook for you.
All right. We'll let it roll. What's your biggest insecurity?
That's a vast question.
You don't have to answer it.
That's real. Can I not?
Absolutely.
Take a shot. Take a shot.
No, this one.
Raymond, what we doing?
We not
Biggest insecurity.
not being where I want to be at this age.
Okay.
And I think I've accomplished a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's so much, and there is a reason why I'm not where I am, and it's I won't dive into it, but that's my biggest.
Okay.
That's my biggest insecurity for sure.
All right, cool.
I could say that's my fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe I'll agree.
Okay. Kayla, what's the brokest thing you've ever done?
Oh shit.
Well, you sound like you did some broke shit.
I've had a lot. I've had a lot.
What's the brokest one?
I'm trying to remember one that's like okay for the ears. You know what I mean? What is the brokest thing I've ever done? That's a really good question.
Yeah, can't answer it.
Because there's so many, but I gotta pick one that makes sense to say.
Yeah.
The brokest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
No, this is a place where I can't take it back, right?
No, you can't take it back.
I'm going to drink
Another shot. Another shot on shot clock.
Another
shot. Wait more.
I cut him in chicken in half.
I'm gonna be litty.
I ate it half for lunch and half for dinner.
I had sleep.
Damn. Okay.
For sure. I was in college. Bro, college, man, it's tough. It made a man out of me, though, but I cut that bitch in half.
College was some of the brokest times I've ever been. I went to college for like a semester. I saw the broke trajectory. I said, this is not for me.
And I went away to school. So
I went to FAM for a little bit.
I went to FAM.
Okay,
I graduated from FAM. So, like, bro, literally, it was times that we didn't have shit.
Facts.
And I'm not a ramen noodles guy. Like, I never had ramen noodles before. That was never anything on my menu. You know what I'm saying? But the McChicken kept me alive, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bro, I ate every flavor of ramen noodles when I went to FAM, bro.
Never had
every flavor. Never. All of them.
And I didn't have a meal plan where people would go to the cafe and all that shit. Like my parents were middle class but successful, you know what I'm saying? So I got allowance to go buy groceries, but you don't always use your allowance to go get groceries. I was buying throwback jerseys, all type of
same
shit.
Same dumb shit I did. Same dumb shit I did.
So in my haste to be irresponsible, it was consequences with that.
Yeah.
Consequences was, nigga, you don't have enough money for food.
Facts.
So I cut a McChicken in half.
It took me one time to see that. I'm going home.
And then I ended up getting a girlfriend that worked at McDonald's. And she looked out.
Shout out to her.
Too.
Shout out to her.
Let me tell you.
Shout out to Shorty.
I used to be on the phone. I had 3 roommates, right?
Yeah.
Myself. And it'd be times I just be on the phone. Hey, what y'all niggas want? And they just yelling out, oh, let me get two 10 pieces. Let me get 3 McChickens, this and that. And I just pull up there to the drive-thru. She'll throw everything in the bag. And she fed us for a good about 6 months, bro.
Yo, listen, my brokest meals was probably like I used to get a crunchy ranch snack wrap and a small fries. Came with the 207. Sturdy.
For sure.
Sturdy.
For sure.
207.
Hey, shout out to the Crunch Wrap, though.
Yes.
Crunch Wrap, they need to bring that back.
That shit was my thing when I didn't have no bread.
Yeah.
Shout out to those times. All right, so in the spirit of taking shots,
What happened
now my guests have to show me how they shoot their shot.
What? No.
Yes, Kayla. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't want to.
And this, you cannot take a shot to get rid of the question. You gotta shoot your shot. Let's go.
This is you're making me nervous. It's hot in here.
It's hot. I know.
What you got on there?
I got on a sweater too. Come on, Kayla. Kayla, you have the biggest personality that I know.
I know.
So let's go.
man.
Let's
Like,
get
I
it.
can't be
You
shy.
a rapper.
What
You
I
a
wanna
poet.
be?
You a songstress.
Thank you.
Let me hear some of these bars.
I don't have any bars
You
for
got
you.
bars.
Okay.
Look at the
Yeah.
camera. Shoot that
somebody
shot.
like
Yeah, like you're trying to put down.
Okay, got you.
Like you're trying to put
All
down.
right.
Let's go.
I do not
Let's
do
go.
that. I do not do that.
Look at you.
You're making me nervous.
Let's go.
Okay,
Come on.
so look.
All right, we're gonna tell you if it's a brick or swish. You ain't even gotta look at anybody. You can
Okay.
look at whatever
So
camera.
I know. So I just put myself.
Now we're gonna role play it.
Oh
Yeah, go ahead. That's how you do it?
yeah. Did it make you laugh? Did you like it?
No. Come on. All right, go ahead.
I don't know. Like
So
I've
we gonna do
never
it. Go ahead.
done that before. Like
Well, we
walk
gonna
up
try.
to a guy and be
We're
like,
gonna try. Yeah.
like
Come on, man. Use the Chinese science, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
What's
You know what I'm saying?
go ahead.
you're gonna make me nervous.
All right, so I'm not gonna look at you. Go
I'm
ahead.
already nervous.
All right, go ahead.
Hold on. I don't have because I don't do this.
Kelly ain't got no
You've
razors.
never hollered at a
You
guy?
ain't got no sauce.
No.
Never.
I don't have to.
Crazy.
We know.
You don't have to.
You have-
I've never-
We know why, right?
I've never had to.
Big
Because of what kind of privilege?
And what about it? It's my gift.
It's very-
And what?
The
So-
gift that you don't want to go away.
No, it's not that. For me, because I don't have to do this, all I have to do is place myself in proximity of him. If that's the one that I want, I just get close to him and just say
And wait
no
for it to happen?
until say no because other people are coming. You say no until that one
Boo.
comes. And then
Kayla,
that's when you leave with.
so sad, disappointing.
Yeah.
Brick. Way more. Instead of
damn,
sauce.
let me see.
Role play it. Kayla, you'll tell him if it's a brick or a swish.
Okay.
Role play it. Go
How you
ahead.
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anybody occupying your time?
Wow. Maybe one.
One.
Yeah. I'll
You
be
got
honest.
enough to fill the void?
It depends.
Okay. How can we turn the depends into a yes, I can have your phone number?
Well, we gotta talk first. Like,
Okay.
Just like we doing now.
So what do you require?
What do I require?
Yeah.
Well,
As far as getting to know you.
as far as getting to know me, patience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And interest. Like, what you got going on? Who are you?
Fair. So let's do this. I'll give you my phone number, and when you feel, when you feel, I guess comfortable with continuing this conversation, let's continue it.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Brick or
I like that.
swish.
That's good.
That's a swish.
That's a swish.
That's a swish, my nigga. That's what I'm talking about. Good money. Good money. Easy money
Because
sniper.
I feel like every time I've ever tried to like shoot a shot at a guy,
Yeah.
it's so awkward. It never works. Like it's like I don't know what
so
to
you get
say.
declined?
No, like I don't know what to say.
What have you said in the past?
Yeah.
I liked a picture.
Oh my God. Yo.
Oh, you're talking about on some.
I like the story. He didn't say
Yo, D. Bring us into the dirty game.
This week's dirty game is from Reddit. Am I the asshole for wanting my girlfriend to be monogamous? Me and my girlfriend are in a relationship for 2 years now, and it was going smooth until yesterday. My girlfriend wanted to explore her sexuality, so she wanted to introduce another partner in the bed to spice things up. I said it's not possible for me. I want to be monogamous, and I expect her to be too. This was already discussed at the start of our relationship, and she agreed to be monogamous back then. But when I mentioned this to her, she said things changed, so she can't do anything about it. I thought it was fair that she wanted to explore, but I want to stay monogamous. I'm not religious or anything. There's nothing wrong with polyamory, but it's just not for me. Then she called me a sexist, misogynist, and insecure man because she thinks I'm limiting her autonomy. Am I a misogynist?
Fuck no.
Who are we introducing?
She's
on
a manipulator.
Is it another man or a
It
woman?
doesn't say.
That's wild.
That's
what was the question?
introducing another partner to your bedroom.
Yeah. He asked, was it a man?
2 minutes to train. I'm sorry. 2 minutes to train. If we're I stand firm on that hill. 2 minutes to train. Now, if you want to introduce another female, then that's me personally. I'm not into polyamory,
Okay.
but I don't really like to share. But if I didn't have a choice,
Yeah.
I would prefer to share with another woman.
Okay. Copy.
Yeah, don't bring another dick into the bedroom. I'm sorry.
Who's the dirty game on, Kayla? Is it on the woman?
Yeah, I think the woman is ridiculous
Okay. Why?
because
agree, yes.
like what you bitch the fuck like
And he told you in the beginning.
he told you who he was in the beginning. Number
Yeah.
one, number two, like in that case, if you want to explore with somebody, you should do that elsewhere and get a man who's into that kind of stuff. If he's not into that, he's not into that. Like, what are you trying to change him for? So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't like the manipulative bait and switch that you're trying to pull on him.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm definitely rolling. That's just a dirty game
Yeah,
that
man.
you're trying to pull on that
my
man.
Gosh.
It's a dirty game. Stay focused. Get rid of her. Get rid of her.
She gotta go.
She gotta go. Yeah, for sure. If you're not into that, if he's not, do you think he's gonna cave?
Yeah, because it appears as if you pour your heart out to any type of public medium, radio, the people that call into radio
Yeah.
and talk about their real life, I
Yeah.
think they are the most insane people on the face of this earth.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't find nobody else around your inner circle to have this conversation with, so you call and
But
put
what
your
y'all said
business-
earlier,
What if he's in
people were more
ashamed?
connected through social media
Bro, that's
than in
crazy
real
to
life.
me.
So
Yeah, so
remember you're in a different generation.
I am. Yeah, and I believe that man, no, don't do that. Like don't.
I think
I'm sorry.
just the fact that he's even questioning if he's in the wrong.
Yeah, he gonna
I
cave.
think he's gonna cave.
For sure.
And that goes to men rewarding poor behavior. I think he's gonna cave.
I think he's a victim of narcissistic abuse.
And he don't know
Dirty
how to
game.
break up with people that aren't good for him.
Yo.
He doesn't know how to break up with people that aren't good.
That-
so it's like a deeper issue.
I'm gonna make that a topic
Yeah.
because I think more men need to understand how to break up. I had to
Yeah.
learn how to do it.
Please.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of times what happens is men cave into being the bad guy. You know, and
They don't
a lot-
wanna be the bad
and
guy.
they don't want to be the bad guy.
Mhm.
So you
My
know,
heart.
we live in a space where we always want women to be proud, content, and happy with us, right?
Right.
And a breakup is the opposite of all three of those things. So you get into a situation where we suffer in silence. We've been happy for a long period of time. We've been unhappy for a long period of time. And we've expressed it. We've talked about it. And nothing is happening to adverse that, right? So now it's time to kind of go our separate ways, but we just don't know how to have the conversation. We don't want to have the conversation because it's uncomfortable. And then number two, we don't want to deal with the emotions that come with the conversation. So all the crying and all that
Yeah.
other stuff,
Yeah.
And
Well, it is what it is.
hey, listen.
Those
You know,
emotions are heavy.
Sometimes
you
we
gotta
don't want to
just-
gargle your body parts, but sometimes we got to do it because you had a rough day, did you not?
Dirty
Wait
game.
a minute.
Okay.
Anyway,
Y'all don't think about it on the flip side. There's things that we don't want to do. Sometimes, okay, as a woman who loves her man, right?
Okay.
If I was to date
In all
him,
aspects.
right?
Okay.
I'm even when I'm not his number one fan at the moment, like I'm not like he's fucking up. You know what I mean? It's still my job to protect his ego as well. Like I have to provide some type of like encouragement to the spectrum, even when he's fucking up and I'm experiencing the fuck up. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Yeah, let's not do that though. Like I don't
So
want
it's like you hold on, because you were saying we don't want to deal with the crying and the
Yeah.
There's so many things that we don't want to deal with, and then on top of that,
I don't ever want you to fuck me because you think that that's gonna make everything better.
never.
Ever.
Guys, join the conversation. Join the conversation and continue the conversation in the comments. Unfortunately, that is our time.
That's
But I
okay.
did appreciate the insight, the perspective,
For sure.
and just the presence of you, Kayla, and way more.
Thank you
I
for
really
having me, bro.
appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
Did you guys enjoy yourself?
I had a blasty blast. It
You
was
had a
nice
blast?
meeting you.
You had
You as
fun?
well.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Stay focused.